Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And we've had the end of the Premier League. We've had the Champions League final. And now we're back for a nice, enjoyable summer. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Of course, we don't have the World Cup this year in the summer. We have it a little bit later on in the calendar, which will be interrupting Premier League football. So take that as how you will. Take that how you will. But today we do have the two Nations League games. We have a few Nation League games. It's kind of become third fiddle, really, hasn't it? It was created a few years ago, and it's kind of third fiddle of the international trophies that you want to win. Still better than Spurs' Audi Cup than they won in a pre-season match, but it's kind of the one that you don't really care about winning, but if you win it, you're going to celebrate it, that kind of thing. And it's a little bit of redemption for a few people. And that's what England will be hoping for today, to get themselves underway in this campaign and get themselves underway nice and quickly against some tough opponents as well in this group as well. Afternoon, Oliver, how are we doing? And afternoon to Stacey as well. So there are some tough opponents in the group. We'll have a look through England's group before we go any further. And we'll take a little dive. We'll have a look at the games. You can see the games scrolling across the bottom for you. There is Group A, Group B and Group C all playing tonight. We've had games coming across from, I believe we had a fantastic game last night between Belgium and the Netherlands, which resulted in Eden Hazard getting substituted in the 60th minute at 0-0, substituted off, and then everything falling apart for Belgium. And if there was ever an indicator that everything that goes through Belgium is because of Eden Hazard, then it was exactly there, wasn't it? It was exactly there. We will be hoping for a Netherlands-esque start to this. What's the best way to say it? This campaign. We will be hoping for a good start. Most certainly. Get ourselves underway nice and early, because that's what you really want, isn't it? Get yourselves underway early. And of course, England has moved on to Channel 4 for now. It has moved on to Channel 4, so there has been the change. It's no longer with ITV or BBC, but also a little bit of a change as well, because these games are due, if you can correct me if I'm wrong on this one, I do believe did used to be on Sky Sports. So take it as you will, take it as you will. It's good to have it on Channel 4, of course. Channel 4 based in Leeds as well. I've got to plug that one with it being in West Yorkshire. But we are about 25 or so minutes away from kickoff. So most importantly, guys, get your score predictions in for today's game and let us know your thoughts and feelings. We'll have a little bit of a run through as well. We'll talk about the England team in its entirety, look at the squad, and maybe a few changes that we'd make, obviously dependent on fitness. And then we'll talk about today's squad, and of course as well, let's have a look at the group. So let me swap over to the intermission screen for us, guys. Let me swap over. Afternoon to active Aaron, I've just seen your message. I'm just midway through doing something, so I shall respond. I will read it properly when I have sorted this. There we are. 3 right backs starting and 2 otherwise on the bench. Only waistcoat Bruce. Oh, Aaron's back. He absolutely hates it. Absolutely hates Gareth Southgate for some reason, and I'm not too sure why. But let's have a look. We'll start off at the bottom and we'll talk about the UEFA Nations League. And there is definitely a revenge arc that could be cast in this group, with, of course, England facing Italy, who do I need to say? I don't think I need to say. But in case if you lived under a rock last year, we did, of course, lose the Euro 2020 final on penalties too. So there is definitely a redemption arc there for England to have. Of course, they've got their bitter rivals as well. Germany, one of the biggest rivals that England have in football. The Germans were absolutely trouncing them until the last Euro. So England will come into this in good form and good spirits. And also Hungary in Group A. Credit to them for being in here. If you remember, across the course of the Euros, they really did cause problems for France and Germany, picking up points left, right and centre. They were a little bit unlucky. They were in the group of death anyway. Cheers for the reminder, Sam. You're welcome, Oliver. You're welcome. They were a little bit in the group of death, weren't they? Hungary, when it came to that, with Germany and France both in that group. But they did well. They put up a good fight. They picked up, I believe they picked up 2 points out of their 3 games, which for a side that many had written off quite early on, they were, it's a good performance and a good response from Hungary, and they'll be hoping tonight to use a little bit of that skill and quality that they showed over the course of the European period. But let's have a look at the team and, of course, Gareth Southgate's England squad. As you can see, as Aaron's already alluded to tonight, we will be starting with a 3 at the back, Jordan Pickford and Harry Maguire, despite plenty of calls for Jordan Pickford and Harry Maguire in particular, to be dropped from this England team. Both do start tonight, and to be honest with you, I personally agree with the decision of Gareth Southgate to keep both of those players. The best way that teams work in the best team that if I can get my words out, the best way that teams work in international football and at club football is to have chemistry, is to have a solid squad built around. Harry Maguire, Jordan Pickford have been the basis of that solid squad over the last few years. To take them out, both of them out instantly, would be chaotic. To take one of them out as well could cause a lot of problems. So I'm happy to see Maguire in tonight. Hopefully he gets a good reception from any travelling England fans, because I don't think he quite deserves the jip and the stick that he's had over the course of maybe the last few months. United going through a rough period anyway, but no doubt for me that Harry Maguire is a vital member of this England squad, and at least until we get the likes of Conor Cody, Fikayo Tomori, someone like that who is willing to step up and be that number 2 with John Stones as that lead centre half. Until we've got that, Harry Maguire for me is still heads and shoulders above it. As I mentioned there, Conor Cody starts as the centre half with Kyle Walker, very familiar Kyle Walker, playing as a right centre half. It is Gareth Southgate's preferred position to play him as that right centre half, because he has the ability to have those recovery runs, and I really like Kyle Walker in that position. Yes, he's mistake prone, but quite a few of these England defenders are. I've just clocked Trent Alexander-Arnold's number is number 7. That is weird. That is weird. That looks strange. Someone tell me that doesn't look strange. Like, that looks really, really strange. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, Trent Alexander-Arnold, England's number 7 for tonight, starts at right wing back, with James Justin starting over on the left-hand side. So James Justin, of course, one of quite a few fullbacks that we've taken, and a debutant for tonight. As you can see, though, England, in terms of this squad, were a little bit shy of fullbacks. In terms of from the left-hand side, you could have maybe made a case for Luke Thomas, James Justin's. If he is English, he might be Welsh now that I've said that, but you could, if he is English, made a thingy for that, and also Tino Livramento as well, if he'd chosen to be English over Italian. But realistically, there's not too many left backs, with Ben Chilwell being injured, Luke Shaw's fitness not being at 100% over the course of the time, over the course of the season. Sorry. So, whilst I understand Aaron's point, we shouldn't be having 3 right backs on. In terms of the way that England play and allowing Trent Alexander-Arnold to move further up, I think what you've got to realise with Trent Alexander-Arnold in particular is that his best attributes come going forward, and so having that 3 at the back with an extra fullback in there, it just allows Trent Alexander-Arnold to be the creative genius that he is, and that we've seen over the last few seasons as well. He's been absolutely fantastic, Trent Alexander-Arnold, for Liverpool, and he's done it again, and a lot of people calling into question as well. Is he one of the best? He most certainly is, and we've seen it this season, and that creativity down the right-hand side will be really, really important for him. The 2 central midfielders, and I love to see this, Jude Bellingham partnering Declan Rice, a lovely centre midfield partnership there, both of which have the ability to go forward on the ball, the mature heads on young shoulders, and able to just carry the ball forward, cause problems, but then also know when to sit back, and that's especially what Declan Rice excels at. Then moving on, Declan Rice has his two bromances, his two boyfriends up front with Jared Bowen and Mason Mount both up top. Mason Mount looking like he's starting from that right-hand side with Jared Bowen, of course, making his debut, his England debut for tonight. He's come a long way since since he was playing for Hull. Come a very, very long way, I must say. And then, of course, starting up front is Harry Kane. Harry Kane! Said Antoine Griezmann. But Harry Kane does start up front, of course. Who else? Who else? If Harry Kane's fit, we don't really expect anyone else. We'll have a quick skim through the Hungary team, and then we'll check out the rest of the England squad as well. So, Hungary, starting off, Peter Galacci, formerly of, I do believe he was at Hull as well. So, someone can quote me if I'm wrong on that one, but Peter Galacci and Jared Bowen and Harry Maguire might have all played in a team together, who now play for West Ham, Man United, and RB Leipzig. Don't quote me on that one, but yeah, I'm pretty certain he definitely played for Liverpool at one point. Lang, Orban, and oh gosh, you're really testing me now, aren't you? You're really testing me. Salazai is what I'm going to say are the three centre halves. Then you've got Nego, you've got Schaffer, and Nagy. Can anyone find out if they're siblings? That would be really interesting to know. Sabozlai is what I'm going to... I know who that person is as well. And every time I forget how to say his name. Every single time. I don't know how I do it. Salai, and then... how did I just pronounce that? Someone VAR it and tell me how I just pronounced that. Sazlai. Adam Sazlai. They like the name Adam, don't they? There's a couple of Adams kicking around in here, aren't there? The Hungarians love the name Adam. Who knew, eh? The more you know, eh? I was about to say like the Icelandic like sons, but I don't think we can say that anymore considering one of them's in jail. Either way, moving on, or at least expected to go to jail. Moving on, let's talk about England's squad. And this is who Gareth Southgate have selected. And as you can see here, there is a distinct lack of fullbacks in terms of from the left-hand side. Aaron will tell you we do still have 5 with Kieran Trippier, Reece James, James Justin, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Kyle Walker. But like I said, a lack of what's the word? A lack of depth in that left-hand side has caused this problem. And Bukayo Saka, I'm sure the Bukayo Saka, he maybe last summer you brought him in going, oh yeah, he's played wing back. He's not anymore, is he? He is, if he's going to be in the squad, Bukayo Saka, he is going to be the winger. He's going to be starting on that left-hand side, causing problems from the get-go. He's now earned that right to play in that more attacking role and not just be a square peg in a round hole. Definitely not. The two keepers, Nick Pope, Aaron Ramsdale, can't really argue with that. Only one centre-half with John Stones on the bench for tonight. James Ward-Prowse, Conor Gallagher, Calvin Phillips, Jack Grealish, Tammy Abraham and Raheem Sterling. Calvin Phillips, of course, has only just returned from injury, so maybe Gareth Southgate trying to do Leeds United and Jesse Marshall a good one here by actually... Hang on, there's another Adam down here. Sorry, there's another Adam. There's Martin Adam. I'm sure it's not pronounced Adam looking at the little flicks on it, but another Adam. Evening to Dragon as well. I'm having a great day. Hope you are. For all my criticism, today should be comfortable because our players should be a class above. Hopefully so, Aaron. Hopefully so. Sean says, hi Sam, how's it going in England? I'm not in England. I'm in Ireland. Nice, Sean. Are you on holiday or are you from Ireland? I mean, your last name does look quite Irish. Just saying. Muck. Just saying. But, and Active Aaron says, just call me Hungarian Aaron. Okay, we will, for now on, we will refer to you, Aaron, as Hungarian Aaron. Yeah, that is what we're going to do. I got distracted there because Oliver is now, it's been less than a few weeks since Conor Gallagher left. A few weeks since Conor Gallagher left Crystal Palace and Oliver's already booing him. And imagine being Stones or Tomori and seeing a right back start ahead of you. Yeah, but I think they appreciate, Aaron, I think they appreciate that they've got a different role in this squad. I think that's what they realise, that Kyle Walker isn't there to be a centre half. He isn't there to be a centre half. He's there to be a right back, a right centre back, and playing in a 3 at the back and playing in a 4 at the back is completely different. John Stones, of course, we know can play in a 4 at the back, and he can play in a 3/5 at the back. But Tomori, we've maybe not seen it as much. We saw it in glimpses for Chelsea, but we've not really seen it. And in terms of playing from that right-hand side, because Trent Alexander-Arnold isn't going to have that pace to get back if he's up on this right-hand side, being a right wing-back rather than a right-back, having Kyle Walker there almost as an elbow full-back is really, really important. And so whilst Tomori's quick, John Stones is quick over sort of 10-15 yards, in comparison to Kyle Walker, no one's catching Kyle Walker. No one's catching Kyle Walker, and no one's getting past Kyle Walker either, which is the important part. Back to Calvin Phillips, though, I think Jesse Marsch will be glad to see that he's in the England squad, getting him trained. Of course, it does have the benefits as well for Gareth Southgate being able to call on Calvin Phillips, who was so vital in that Euro campaign, and we all saw how impressive he was, even in the final as well. But I think he will have definitely helped out with Jesse Marsch. I think Jesse Marsch will have had a word, potentially, and said, look, I think that Calvin Phillips should be in the squad. We need to get him back to fitness, get him back with a bit of confidence. We've not seen him at all really this season, very little. Same with Patrick Bamford. Get him back to full fitness, get him back playing regularly. And to be honest with you, for Calvin Phillips, it might have come at the right time, this little bit of an international break. Had it been the Summer World Cup. God, I'm getting myself confused now with summer and winter, because you have Summer Olympics, Winter Olympics. But the Summer World Cup, had it been a Summer World Cup, Calvin Phillips for me wouldn't have been in that squad. And if he was, he would be taking up a 23rd spot. He would be the last player on that list. But as a result, he's got an opportunity. We spoke about a story arc earlier for redemption. Calvin Phillips might have a story arc here to get himself back into this England side and set up, and also project Leeds up that table. Tammy Abraham, of course, I'm excited to see Tammy back in an England shirt once again. He's done well this season at Roma, scoring over 20 goals in all competitions. Take that as what you will. But he has scored 20 goals in all competitions, which cannot be argued at and cannot be sniffed at under a Jose Mourinho side that have, of course, won the Conference League as well. Calvin is a beast when he's not injured. Even into U-curved, he says he'd catch Kyle Walker, not Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips would be a bit easier to catch up, but he is a bit of a beast, isn't he, Calvin Phillips? And of course, there are plenty of rumours speculating about his future as well. I know for a fact that will be a lot of love lost. A lot of love lost if he leads. If he leaves. If he leaves Leeds. God, that was a bit of a tongue twister. If he leaves Leeds this summer, there'll be a lot of love there that will just... I don't know how the reception would be to that. Calvin Phillips has a mural on the side of one of the buildings in Leeds city centre. He is thought about so much and so highly is Calvin Phillips in Leeds. It'd take a lot to get him out of the club, but you know, when people come knocking, when a Manchester United, a Chelsea, as Aaron says, maybe even a Newcastle with the right idea. I don't know if he'd go to Newcastle actually because of you signing Bruno Guimaraes. But when one of those sides comes knocking in a team that hasn't performed last season, it's only a matter of time, isn't it? It is only a matter of time before they go to a bigger side. Whoops, didn't mean to click on Tammy Abraham there. My thingy had died, and there you are. There is the table as well. Let's go back to the live screen then, everyone. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Do let us know your score predictions for tonight's game. Do let us know your score predictions for tonight's game. Are you expecting, like Aaron is, a comfortable win for England tonight? It should be. That's what I'm hoping for, a comfortable win, but also some good football. I'm hoping that Hungary really turn up to some degree. I've got myself a nice little cider sat over there ready for the game starting. This match is oddly on Channel 4. That is because Channel 4 are the new home of... why have we got Rob Green as a commentator? Like, he's a Chelsea legend, don't get me wrong. But why have we got him as a commentator? His biggest legacy in an England kit is spilling a shot against USA. And ironically, that is the US football team's biggest legacy in male football. So, either way, we'll move on. Yeah, it is the new home of English football, I do believe, Channel 4. It was split between BBC and ITV, of course, and now it is gone to Channel 4, which is always good to see. Is Channel 4 now based in Leeds as well. Everything's coming up north, and why not, eh? Aaron's gone with 3 or 4-0 to England. Curve's gone with 3-1 to England. I'm thinking more down Curve's line. I can see Hungary getting themselves a goal here. I'm going to apologise in advance for the poor pronunciation of some of these Hungarian footballers' names, apart from Callum Styles, who I've just noticed on the bench. Apart from him, I'm going to apologise in advance because there's a lot of S's and Z's that are going to cause me a few problems, is all I'm saying. It's going to cause me a few problems. 2-0 to England, says Oliver. I'm going to have to come up with my score prediction. I always forget to do that. I need to come up with mine. Looking at the squad for England, of course, there is a lot. There is a few new players in there. Of course, James Justin, Connor Cody's not really been in the England squad for a long run of games or international breaks as well. Still finding his feet in that England shirt. Jared Bowen, of course. So I think it's not going to be plain sailing. Like I said, though, the importance of having a bulk of your squad as the same players over international breaks is so important. So important. And tonight, I think they should have a nice enough blend that it doesn't feel completely different and completely messed up and messed around, because, of course, we know, like, you look at that defence, okay, other than Connor Cody swapping in with John Stones, yeah, okay, pretty much the same defence. Sweet. Midfield-wise, you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, didn't play in the Euros, but that was because he was injured. So, in terms of right-back, you pretty much got the player that Gareth Southgate will be wanting. It's hard to drop Trent Alexander-Arnold, even if you do have the talent of Reece James and Kieran Trippier. Left-back, whole new left-back. 2 centre midfielders have been in the squad for a while. Declan Rice, of course, still there. So from the midfield, you'd say maybe 2 of the 4 are the ones that you would have expected if you were to name your England squad. And then out of the 3 up front, you've pretty much got 2 of the 3, depending on whether you want to bring in Saka or Sterling. I still think Mason Mount has a role as well. Evening to Farhan as well, who's turned into a fox since he's been gone, and he says, hope you're doing well and good luck with the stream. Thank you. What is the difference between a fullback and a wing-back, please? I'll get to that in a sec, Kurt. I've just missed Aaron's comments. Respect the Hungarian names. Yes, I didn't actually get to that, did I? So I'm going to go with 2-1 to England. I'm going 2-1 to England. I wish I screenshotted the stream freezing with Sam winking a second ago. You loved it, didn't you, Evan? You absolutely loved it. Maybe it wasn't a freeze. And coach has been brilliant for Wolves. Yeah, Bruno Lager has been great. And yeah, he might suit this centre-back role perfectly. What is the difference between a full-back and a wing-back? In terms of positionally, a wing-back for me would have less to do going backwards and more to do going forwards. But the margin for full-back and wing-back has changed thanks to Reece James, Kieran Trippier, and in particular, and most importantly, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So, as a wing-back, I would expect, I used to play as a wing-back, so probably quite an easy one for me to, you'd like to think it'd be an easy one for me to explain, but I'm going to try my best. So, from a full-back's perspective, I would always be making sure I would be filling in a typical full-back role. And if you look at, other than the attacking fullbacks, if you look at most fullbacks, they won't go any further than sort of 5 metres in advance. They might push up if the ball is on their side to give an overlapping run, but that isn't, it doesn't really go any further than that. Whereas a wing-back will be going up and down. They have that licence to go up and down. They don't have to check where the other fullback is. They don't have to check where the other centre-half is. Of course, there is, to a degree, they have to do that, but they don't have to instantly go, right, let's see where the other centre-half is. Is he near me? Because that is in their job description. That is in their job role, to get up and down that right and left-hand side. And so what it does help with in terms of playing with that 3 at the back rather than a 4 at the back, particularly for people like Trent Alexander-Arnold, who are so good at going forward. It means they can relax a little bit about going backwards. And so if they lose the ball, trying something in particular that may cause a few problems, in terms of Trent is obviously a player who we know is very technically good on the ball. If he tries something different, tries a pass or something, then you've still got the players in possession. Of course, when you are attacking up that right hand side as well, I would not be surprised to see a Kyle Walker step up, because in my opinion, if the ball is on that right hand side, Trent Alexander-Arnold's got it, then your left back, your left wing back, if you're playing with a left back, your left back's going to be tucked in. But if you're playing with a left wing back, the other one's going to be up there. So then you've still got 2 people at the back anyway. So someone else can step up as well and step up into that midfield, which is why I like John Stones in a 3 at the back as well. That's why I like him, because he has that ability to drive the ball forward as well. Right, guys, we've got the national anthems. I can't hear them, unfortunately. I would try and sing them along, but I don't quite fancy doing that for today, even though it has been the Queen's Jubilee as well. What a fitting time to sing it as we look through the England squad for today. Done James Justin dirty there by standing him next to Harry Maguire. I tell you what, didn't realise he was quite so short. Maybe the smallest person on the team, James Justin there. Who would have known? Who would have known? The 3 Lions warming up. Declan Rice in full voice, of course. Wing back is a game of chicken with the winger. Get forward as much as possible for the width, whilst being in a position to make a recovery run to catch the winger. Yeah, that's the thing. Full back is a bit more straightforward. If you've got a winger on you, then you stick with him. So if they're playing a 4-3-3, you will not have any license to go forward. If you're playing a 4-3-3 and you've got a wing back, then you will go forward, because that will move the winger back. So obviously it depends on the winger. If you're marking someone like a Mason Mount, he will come back anyway. So you might have a bit more option to get yourself forward, but it really is very fine margins. And like I say, because of the people like Reece James, your Kieran Trippiers, even your Ben Chilwells and your Trent Alexander-Arnolds, Andy Robertsons, the list goes on. João Cancelo as well, why not? Chuck him in there as well. But because of them, that definition between wing back and full back has definitely dropped off. So good question, Curved, good question. Might I just remind you guys, we're about a minute away here from kickoff, which of course the game is on Channel 4 if you want to watch along with us. But might I remind you guys that if you haven't already, do be sure to smash that like button and do hit subscribe as well for us. That'd be absolutely fantastic. We're 5 subscribers away from 700 subscribers. And of course, then we'll be 300 away from that 1,000, which is dragging itself out, but we'll get there, And if you haven't already, guys, do be sure, and you've got other social medias, make sure to go check me out on other social medias. On TikTok, I'm Sam Redgate-Large, and on Instagram, I am SRL Sports, and you can still find me as Sam Redgate-Large anyway. On Instagram, either way, well, that is my personal account. Right, we are all done with the national anthems. All done and all sorted with the national anthems, and let's see. Am I streaming the Josh match? Do you mean Josh's match tomorrow? I wish I could, but I don't know if that's possible. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming the mighty Grimsby Town as they go in the playoff final, looking to return to league football. So that is my plan and my intention for tomorrow. That is my plan and intention for tomorrow. Oh, the referees tonight are Portuguese, of course. Can't have any allegiance to either England or Hungary tonight, so all Portuguese referees. Just looking through the England squad once again. Blooming heck, my watch just went crazy there. Lithuania versus Luxembourg has kicked off as well. If you guys are wondering. You still won your bet, but only half the amount. I did not know that they would do that. I thought they'd give you it because technically he's still the top goal scorer. I thought they'd give you that, Curved. I'm not going to lie. That's disappointing. But you still won. So you still upped yourself a load of money. It's a shame. It's a shame. I bet you were a little bit nervous, though, when Son scored his second. But, you know, you've still got your money back. So I guess in that perspective, you know, if Salah hadn't scored that goal, you know, you would have missed out on more money than you would have scored. We're taking a while to get started here. I'm not sure what we're... I'm not quite sure what is going on at the moment. I do believe, though, we are going to enter a minute of silence. But I'm trying to work out what is being said. They're speaking over the tannoy in Hungarian, so I can't actually work out what is being said, unfortunately. Suzuki Istvan is... I do apologise. Rest in peace to him. He is the person that they are having a moment of remembrance for, who I'm assuming is a Hungarian football legend, and they'll be having a moment of remembrance for him to remember what he has done for them. I couldn't tell you much about him as a you know, even as a person. I couldn't tell you much about him, but by the looks of things, he was about 85, if I've done my maths correctly. So lived a long life. There we are. We've had our moment of respect and a moment of reflection for the Hungarian players, and of course the England players as well. Taking that, I imagine, Curved. I can imagine, mate. I genuinely thought that when I saw it come through. I was like, oh god. How much did you end up winning in total then? How much did you end up winning? Right, let's crack open a cold one. Cheers, ladies and gents. There's only one way to watch England football, isn't there? With a nice cider. Sit back and enjoy. Shame we're not in the pub, eh? Here we go then. Ready to get underway in the Nations League. And Hungary do get us kicked off. And I must say, I'm excited. I'm always excited for English football. I'm always excited for English football. But I don't know why I am. I'm not like overly that arsed about these international breaks. But every time I see England play, I just turn into a little kid again. And my God, is it coming home? It most certainly is. Stacey says, have you ever played FIFA 22? Of course I have, Stacey. Of course. I've not lived under a rock. But yeah, I don't really play it as much now. I don't think I've played it for about... since the Premier League Team of the Season. Pat Trent Alexander-Arnold then dipped. So that was me. We've got Santa Raman. He says, hi, seen you on A View from the Crowd a few weeks ago. A View from the Stand, sorry, a few weeks back for the Europa League semi-final. Seen your own watch-along on my feed, so here I am, subbing now, pal. Brilliant, thank you, and thank you for coming across. Awesome stuff. Curved made 450 quid profit. Not bad, is it, for a day's work? It's honest work, isn't it? It's not hard, but it's honest work, I tell you what. And great to see you, Santa. Son Teron, no. Definitely didn't nail it. You're going to have to tell me your name. Come on, England, says Stacey. Absolutely. Absolutely. When do we get chucking the bears? Is it the first goal, or is it, you know, when we've come from 2-0 down against Hungary? Let's find out. England get themselves on the ball here. Harry Maguire. Talk of the town. Jude Bellingham. I'm so excited to see him play. Every time I see Jude Bellingham play, the more I'm like, yeah, I understand why Birmingham retired that number. The more I'm like, yeah, I understand it. I get it. Okay. He is absolutely sensational. Harry Maguire there just looked long for James Justin. Justin didn't time his run correctly there. Although Mason Mount right in front of him. If Harry Maguire had seen that, but he was already looking for that long ball over the top. 2 minutes on the clock. That went quickly. That's what happens when you ramble on. Trent Alexander-Arnold tries to drop it into Jude Bellingham there, and they've given the ball away at the edge of the box here, and it's going to be a strike from the edge of the box. Oh my God, Pickford. Jeez, Pickford. He spilt it a little bit. I thought it was going to... I think there was Salah who took the shot from that right wing. And I thought Sabozlai... God, you're going to kill me with these names. I thought he was just going to get himself in there. I thought he was just going to get in there. Is James Ward-Prowse on the bench? He is for tonight. JWP is on the bench. Evening to Grant as well, who says, come on England, 3-1. Kane to score first with Bowen and Bellingham. Grant maybe making a bet for you there, Curved. Maybe build your own bet with Grant. But good to see you. Hope you're doing well, Grant. Hope you are doing well, and do get in the chat as well and let us know your thoughts on this England squad. Who would you have kept in the squad? Jared Bowen, let's see what he's going to do then. Good drop into Jude Bellingham, who finds Mason Mount. Mason Mount, the ball was just behind him there by Jude Bellingham. Rolls it out wide to James Justin. It's a good defensive piece of play there. And here goes the Hungarian captain trying to bully his way past James Justin, and he's done really well. But Jude Bellingham gets himself back in, rolls it into Mason Mount. Mason Mount rolls it down the line. Here's Harry Kane. Harry Kane going to cut in on that right foot. Kane! Oh, he's put it wide. He's put it wide, and it's quite wide as well. I saw that goal that he scored against Arsenal all those years ago. You know which one I mean. And I thought that was going in that top corner. I thought he was going to bend it there. It was a good effort. It was a good counter-attack there from England, actually. Jude Bellingham, of course, starting that all off with some great defensive play. But he's bent it just wide there, Harry Kane. Bent it just wide there. Maybe being to America the other day just took his eyes off it. Maybe he's been watching the American footballers play too much of recent. That was, if anyone's seen that Harry Kane interview, that is the most awkward interview of all. I'm not sure which Jimmy it is, but you know the talk show host, someone, you'll have to correct me on which Jimmy it is, but he clearly has not really watched football in his life. And like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the fact he's a journalist or he's a host, and so he's not going to have a wealth of knowledge on everyone. But it was like, oh yeah, I play with you on FIFA 22. And he was like, oh, you play with Spurs? No, I just play with you. What? It's not quite how it works, Jimmy. Like, it's not quite. I think it's Jimmy Fallon that he was on. It was just a bit of an awkward interview. And don't get me wrong, I think Harry Kane wasn't. You know, I don't think Harry Kane was a problem with that at all. I think he was quite chatty for Harry Kane. I think sometimes he can come across because of the position that he's in. That's a great ball down the line to Jared Bowen. Bowen, oh, is he fouled there by Willie Orban? Oh my God, put your Willie away. Put your Willie away, Hungary. But very, very close to getting Jared Bowen in instantly. Yeah, I just think Harry Kane is usually one of those people who's kind of like a James Milner, comes across as a little bit boring because of how he is online, and obviously having that backing, and of course having a lot of people following him, having captain of course, and representing his nation. But I don't think he came across that way. I just think it was a little bit awkward because of the Jimmy Fallon interview questions. They weren't really questions. They were just sort of more comments, and it was a weird one. But it just seemed very awkward. But glad to have him back. I'm thinking if he'd gone on the Late Show, I know a lot of people for some reason are falling out of love with James Corden, but if he'd been on the Late Show, then it would have worked a lot better, because James Corden would have been able to get the best out of Harry Kane as someone who maybe isn't as charismatic as a lot of the people that we see on our screens a lot of the time, and a lot of the guests and the actors and the actresses and other people as well. England, though, do have an opportunity here. They've got themselves a corner. Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to go out onto this left-hand side and take an in-swinging corner. How weird does that look? Curve's going to be syncing up. Awesome, Curved. We'll have you along with us. Good stuff. Trent Alexander-Arnold to whip in this corner there. Number 7, whipped in towards that back post just over the top of Harry Maguire, and then goes out of play and out for a goal kick. Not a bad ball in there from Trent Alexander-Arnold, but just not quite on the same wavelength there. That is the weirdest number 7 I've ever seen. It kind of reminds me, I think Oliver mentioned earlier about Harry Maguire needing to be number 10. It reminds me of, is it William Gallas, who was number 10 at one point? Have I got that right? I'm sure Curved will be able to, the encyclopedia of football that Curved is, I'm sure he'll be able to tell me. But yeah, that's just what that reminded me of there. It seems strange seeing Trent in anything other than 66, or I guess the generic number 2. Oh, bit of a funny header there by the Hungarian defenders, and it's ended up cannoning out and clearing up towards Trent Alexander-Arnold as Szoboszlai puts a little bit of pressure on him there, and does well actually there to win himself a throw in, the youngster. Got a lot of heavy praise, hasn't he, the youngster, from his early career, Szoboszlai. Interested to see how he plays tonight. I always say that when we watch the Hungarian teams play. There's been a couple of times that I've said it, and I've seen Hungary play, and I've never really had anything to scream and shout about. Maybe that's just because Hungary are one of those sides that, as we all know, maybe aren't as known for their footballing ability as Mason Mount there. Puts on a real high press to get the ball away from line there. A real good high press. If you are new, guys, and you are watching along at home, number one, let us know your score predictions. We're only 10 minutes in, or just under 10 minutes in, so let us know your score predictions for today's game. And do as well, if you enjoy, be sure to smash that like button and do hit subscribe. We are edging closer to 700 subscribers as Hungary give the ball away there. James Justin into Harry Kane. Harry Kane to Jarrod Bowen. Oh my gosh, that would have been the dream start for Jarrod Bowen in an England shirt, wearing that number 10 shirt, and it was a half an opportunity, but some great defensive play actually in the end by the, I know they said Williams, I don't know why I was thinking Williams. I've got my head in F1 today. But it was a great piece of defensive play by the Hungarian defender who came across, whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce, ladies and gents, not going to try it. But another opportunity here for a corner for Trent Alexander-Arnold to get whipped in. Name a better comeback than Peter Galacci and his hairline, I tell you what, oh wait. He's whipped in by Trent Alexander-Arnold, headed clear though at the front post that time, and out for a throw-in. Afternoon to Josh as well, says, big up Sam, people, can we get 700 to that Sam subscriber? No, completely messed that up, Josh, but thank you for that. People, can we get Sam to 700 subscribers today? Hit that subscribe button. Absolutely, Josh. Absolutely. Great to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well, and hope you haven't had your heart broken by Naby Sarr leaving Huddersfield Town. I know you're a big fan. Jarrod Bowen, good touch there by Kyle Walker to find Bowen into Declan Rice. A comfort pass there for him to find Declan Rice. Here is Harry Maguire, who's going to drive into a little bit of space. Rolls it out wide to James Justin, who finds Harry Kane. Kane's going to switch the ball. What a ball that is by Harry Kane. Trent Alexander-Arnold into the box towards Bowen. And it's into the hands of Peter Galacci. I need to stop moving words together. It's gonna cause me a few problems. It's gonna really cause me a few problems. It was a great block, wasn't it, Curved? A really great block from that initial Jarrod Bowen shot. And I tell you what, he's showing a little bit of confidence, isn't he, Jarrod Bowen? Showing a little bit of confidence at the moment, which is excellent to see, because that's what you want when a player comes into the squad. He doesn't look shy to make those runs in behind, and we've seen there 2 quick opportunities, like Curve says, 2 quick opportunities with that initial block, and then a potential opportunity there. That is a great ball, and oh my god, Hungary might be in. Oh my gosh, oh what a save, he's cleared off the line. I didn't even know what to say for that. It was an excellent ball from that right hand side. Szoboszlai runs in, and I don't know what Pickford does. It's a first time pass off that right hand side, and it's Kevin De Bruyne-esque. It's inch perfect. Szoboszlai puts it through the legs of Pickford, and Connor Cody comes to his nation's save. What a hero from Connor Cody there. Off the line. He clears it wide, but my gosh, that was excellent football. Excellent football from Hungary. 2 passes got them in the box there. 2 passes, ladies and gents, got them in the England box. And what a ball it was across the front of the box as well. From the right back there, number 7 for Hungary. Apologies that I don't know all the Hungarian footballers' names, but what a ball. What a ball. That was brilliant. Just a friendly reminder there for England of what Hungary can do. And I'm sure Germany and France will be like, yeah, they're not slouches, are they? They're not slouches. Here they go again. Up down this right-hand side again. It's the Same players causing problems down that right-hand side at the moment, but England able to clear that time. Can Harry Kane get the ball down? Is there a foul in there? The referee deems it yes, and giving away a foul there, Willie Orban, and that'll take a little bit of pressure off. Are you watching this in your full kit, Josh? I would. I bet Josh is. Naby Sarr heartbreak and a hangover is making my Saturday tough. Absolutely, Josh. Absolutely. What a time to be alive, Naby Sarr. I can't believe it. Cannot believe it. I hyped him up all for the Championship playoff final because he was sick the last 3 games I went to watch him. Was like, look, this is one of them players. And then, to make it worse, Huddersfield released him. To make it worse. Afternoon, Fraser. How are we doing? Yeah, my God, to make it worse. He's electric. He came from Charlton Athletic. He does things we never expected. And he's Naby Sarr. Legend. What a legend. Josh absolutely loved him. I think Josh fell in love with Naby Sarr whilst we were in London. Lovely stuff. Hungry for the win? Hungry for the win. Very good, very good. This is bloody good, says Curved. Absolutely, most certainly is. Perfect commentary, thank you. Good, we need a backup centre half. Nottingham Forest greater than Huddersfield. I don't think they were on that day, unfortunately. But it's just the way that the cookie crumbles, isn't it, with VAR sometimes? I definitely think the second one. The one that me and Josh didn't appeal for. I'm not even watching the game. I'm just on the sofa feeling sorry for myself. That does not surprise me, Josh. That does not surprise me one bit. At all. 15 minutes on the clock. The best of the opportunities so far have surprisingly fallen to Hungary. That opportunity for Szoboszlai, which was cleared off the line by Connor Cody, and they attack again here. And might be another opportunity going down this left-hand side this time. Will be whipped in. That number 9 is absolutely massive. What is his name? The captain. He's absolutely massive. He makes Naby Sarr look like a dwarf. I tell you what, he is massive, and I don't say that lightly. I don't say that lightly. Let's have a look. Slazai. Right, I could have guessed that. Hungary again. Up. Shafter drops it back to Nego. Nego into Schaffer again. Going to have to come back though. England holding firm this time. Did you see his Insta story? He was battered. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. That was my personal favourite moment of this entire weekend so far. Admittedly, it's not been a very exciting weekend for me, but I absolutely loved it. You know, like when you wake up in the morning, and I'm sure this will be more something that Josh, and if there's anyone else who's sort of in your, I guess between sort of like 18 to about, well, up to Josh's age, of, what are you, Josh, 40, 45 now? I can't remember. But anyone sort of between sort of 18 and about, I'm going to give Josh it, I'm going to give 28 as well. Anyone between that sort of age will recognise this. It happens a lot that people, when they get drunk or they have a drink, they post stuff on stories. And if you wake up like I do, because I have no life and wake up early in the morning, you will see all of these stories before people delete them. And it's so funny. And I love it. It is one of my favourite pastimes. Oh my God. I absolutely love it. Why is there a lot of primary school kids at these games? That was because this game was supposed to be held behind closed doors, but instead they've opened it up to primary school children so that they can still have fans in there, so that they can still make money, but then they don't have the negative reception as well. Evening to Marvin James, who says he's a new subscriber. Absolutely. Great to see you, mate. Let us know who you are supporting. And apparently so. Apparently over 200 people watching. So if you are watching, do be sure to smash that like button for us and do hit subscribe. England have another corner. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Let's make it a better one. And absolutely welcome Marvin to the group. Oh my gosh. Harry Kane puts it over. Harry Kane puts it over. Yeah, there's obviously got to be adults there, Oliver. There can't just be 30,000 kids. Oliver, mate. There can't just be 30,000 kids in a stadium. Who's going to look after them? Of course, there's going to be like teachers and people who are there who've been like, I guess the best word is audited. I don't know what the word is. Ball falls to Bellingham at the edge of the box here. Hold that thought. Into Harry Kane. Harry Kane plays it behind Mason Mount. No, that might be the attack over. James Justin back into Harry Kane. Kane finds Justin. Good drop of the shoulder. James Justin. Good save by Peter Galacci as he went to pull it across. There is 30,000 kids there. There is. There's something like that. It's mental. But yeah, I just saw Josh as well put, how is James Justin getting on? He's been okay down this left-hand side at the moment. Most of the plays come down his left-hand side. His left-hand side? The left-hand side, not just in particular. His left-hand side. But yeah, he's been okay. He looks like he's good as well, moving the ball forward, and he looks like he's at the moment listening to players really well. Of course, it might be a little bit of a lonely dressing room for him, as being one of the few Leicester players in the squad. So it's not like he's going to come in and have a bunch of friends in the team. Curbs giggling as well. I can't believe that. I can see some adults. Of course you can. They're not going to let 30,000 people, 30,000 kids be in there. And just no adults. Just like, yeah, alright, do whatever you want. That'd be absolute carnage. God. A certain Icelandic footballer would have a hell of a time. Harry Kane goes down this right-hand side now. He's going to try and whip the ball into the box. Is that going to fall for anyone? Mason Mount tries to header it. And it goes all the way through to the other side towards Nigo. And he's able to carry that one clear. I thought the ball was going to be better there from Harry Kane. Oh my God, he's massive, isn't he? Slazai. Absolutely. Stephen Bergvine might be off back to Ajax. I know he was at PSV, wasn't he, Stephen Bergvine? They did just sign Ivan Perisic, though, didn't they? Tottenham Hotspur, which I don't know if I'm impressed by that signing. It's a very, I know obviously being from Inter as well, it's a very Antonio Conte signing to have made. But I don't know if I'm impressed with it. He's like 32, 33 now. Maybe that's just, I'm saying that maybe because it's Chelsea, or allegedly it's not Chelsea. Who knows, ladies and gents, who knows. Just a friendly reminder, guys, if you are watching along at home, do be sure to smash that like button for us, guys, and do hit subscribe as well. That'd be absolutely excellent if you could do that for us. We're on 12 likes at the moment. If we could hit 15 before half-time, that would be absolutely more people in here than the stadium. I mean, that is what we bring with the SRL channel. We just bring a mass amount of 30,000 people. Mason Mount does really well there. He's shrugged off. Oh, lovely drop of the shoulder as well. Drops it into Harry Kane. Kane, oh, that's definitely a foul in there on James Justin. A cynical foul there. And the Hungarian defender there will go into the book. It was a really cynical foul. Harry Kane, a lovely ball to flick it round the corner towards James Justin, who had cut inside, and it's Schafer, who has been in the book as well. So he has gone into the book for that foul on James Justin. Harry Kane played a lovely little clip ball in behind. I'm not sure if James Justin would have got to it actually. There might have been a bit too much legs on the ball for James Justin initially anyway. But it seems like a silly foul. I'm sure Galacci, if you communicate, or Orban, someone could have got across there. But now it's a free kick in a really dangerous position, especially when you've got someone like Trent Alexander-Arnold on the ball. This could be an absolute worldie if he gets it right. We know the talents of Trent. Fortunately, we don't have to put ourselves through the Harry Kane set pieces like we did under Roy Hodgson anymore, because we do have, and Jared Bowen's going to be there as well, and Bowen whips it in towards that back post looking for Harry Maguire, but he just couldn't set himself free there, Harry Maguire, and that has gone out of play for a goal kick, I do believe. Yes, it is all just kids. That's really tickled me, Oliver. Josh will create history tomorrow by being the first player to fall asleep on the pitch during a game. It's a good job it was yesterday, wasn't it? And it's not. Sorry, the wedding was yesterday, not obviously the game. It's a good job the wedding was yesterday and not today, because otherwise Josh would have been absolutely in tatters on the pitch. But it would have been prime Sunday League, wouldn't it? It would have been prime Sunday League. Best of luck, Josh, if you are still listening for tomorrow. I know there will be a few nerves jangling. But ever the professional as always, I'm sure you'll get it sorted and done. Nigo drops it out wide. It's a good bit of play down that right hand side, I tell you what. From Salah, a really good bit of play there. Drops his shoulder, got past James Justin, and blocked though at the front post. Post. Here comes the throw in. Slazai there just holds the ball up. Why did you just put Jordan Pickford? What emoji have you put next to that? I can't see it. Oh, the poo emoji. Am I going to see something here? Have you spoiled it for me, Fraser? Nego tries to whip that one in, and it's blocked by James Justin, and that'll be out of play for a corner ball for Hungary. I do believe it will be their first corner ball of the game. An opportunity here to really test the England defenders, test what they're made of, see if they can win themselves a penalty like England loved in the 2018 World Cup from corners. I think Harry Kane won like 3 from that, didn't he? So Bosley whips it into that front post, and can Mason Mount get that one clear? He's very calm in the box there, Mason Mount, and he's done really well to flick it down the line towards Jared Bowen. And Nego keeps it on the pitch. Here's Szoboszlai, drops it into Salah. Oh my gosh, he's dropped the ball there. He's just completely fluffed it there. Better first touch there from the big striker, the captain. Would have been very grateful, I'm sure. Good pass out by Connor Cody though, who drops it into Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Harry Kane can just take his time. He's going to look to pick a pass here as well, and he's picked out what can I only describe as a Stevie G-esque ball as he pings one out onto that left-hand side. Great first touch by James Justin, rolls it into the feet of Mason Mount. Mount, can he get away from his man here as he looks to try and whip in a cross here? Twists, turns, and the cross is eventually blocked. I thought that was going to be a lot more adventurous is what I'm going to say there. I thought we were going to have a bit more. I absolutely love and adore this England kit. I want to get one. It's my birthday coming up. Someone buy me one. I say coming up, it's in September. But someone buy me one. I want one of them England kits. I'm still stuck with this one. This doesn't bring back good memories, does it? Ramsdale deserve a start. I think the argument's there, definitely, Kurt. Maybe if this had come at the beginning of the season, then yeah, I definitely think there's an argument there to be made. Over the course of the season, he's definitely had a better season than Jordan Pickford, and especially with Hungary potentially being the how do I say this without sounding rude to Hungary as a football team? With Hungary potentially being the least consistent out of the teams in our group in terms of Italy. That's not even true. Italy are megally inconsistent. I don't know what word I want, so I'm just going to be blunt. With Hungary having the least footballing ability, is that the best way to say it? God, I can't say it. But with Hungary being the team that you maybe expect England to beat easiest out of Italy, Germany and Hungary, you would have thought that Aaron Ramsdale would have been starting this game. You'd have thought, you can maybe have the opportunity to take a chance. But maybe he started Jordan Pickford for that exact reason, that he's taking a chance, and that actually Aaron Ramsdale will be starting for Italy and Germany, or whatever games we have left in this international set of fixtures. I'm not actually too sure, to be honest with you. Let me have a double check on that one. But yeah, I do totally agree. Oh yeah, we've got Italy and England in this. Oh my god, we've got so many games. We've got another game against Hungary as well on the 14th of June. Bloody hell, man. We really need that many. We really need that many. Jeez. Do I play? I used to play. I used to play, but yeah, I don't play anymore. It got to what was it? Men's football, and obviously this will come across, I'm sure, to some people it will come across as me just making excuses, but I just didn't enjoy it at men's football as much as I did when I was playing with all of my mates in a team between 12 and 16. I just didn't enjoy it as much, and people were out there just to kick you and hurt you. And whilst I appreciate that there is some of that in football, not to the degree that there is in Sunday League, so I binned it in. I don't mind playing a bit of five-a-side occasionally, provided it's, you know, with a nice group of lads. But other than that, I'm not overly bothered about playing football. I do miss it. I really do. I miss having those occasions where you have a great game and you're like, wow, I can't believe I did that, blah blah. But I just don't miss the hassle and getting up on a Sunday morning. I don't miss that whatsoever. Maguire drops it into Mount. Mount tries to find Jude Bellingham. Lovely turn there from Jude Bellingham. He is an absolute Rolls Royce. He drops it in to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's going to whip the ball in towards the other full-back. It's just rolled a little bit too far though for James Justin, and it's taken him out wide. He tries to play it back into Mason Mount there, but he was being closely marked there by Shafter. And that'll be cleared up the field by the Hungary defenders towards the Hungarian captain again, who's using his massive frame to get himself away. Jude Bellingham there just loses the ball, has to be careful, needs to pick and choose his opportunities, and what a ball that is from Szoboszlai out onto the left back. Oh my gosh, what a save that is by Jordan Pickford, and I profusely apologise for the lack of masculinity in my voice there as that went to their left back. I absolutely screamed. Left back. God, what a ball that was from Szoboszlai. I tell you what, he must have heard me in the commentary gantry, didn't he? He must have heard me say earlier it was Nagy, the left back. Must have heard me say that I've not really seen too much from him every time I've seen him. And just proving me wrong. 3 attempts for England so far on goal. 2 of those coming from Jared Bowen, and 2 attempts for Hungary. So a very even game so far. The referee's just going to have a word with a couple of the players here. It's Slazai. Oh, I cannot do these names. Salai. Sunday League is brutal. It is. And I've got better things to be doing with my time than getting chopped down by someone's dad. Like, it's just not what I want to be doing. So Szoboszlai there tries to drill that corner back in, but it was blocked by Harry Kane. Yeah, it's just something I don't want to be doing. I used to be one of those players who was quite quick as well, so people would just chop you down, like you get past them, just chop you down. And don't get me wrong, a lot of the time I did play as a fullback, but it was just frustrating as hell. So, I prefer to sit and watch, and that's why I do it now. I prefer to sit and watch, and, I can still go out, enjoy a run, go to the gym, go climbing, do individual sports where I'm less likely to be hurt by someone else. I don't mind getting injured, obviously. I don't prefer it. I don't mind getting injured where I've been like, I've overstretched or I've done something stupid myself. It's when those injuries are inflicted by other people that, a lot of the time in football, they can be. I've never been someone who's been injury prone, but the last however many seasons I was playing, I had one major injury which completely knocked the confidence out of me. And then from there on, it just kind of all the confidence went. I then obviously I wasn't as strong in tackles because I was worried about getting injured, and it was just the time was over. Kyle Walker makes a burst on his right hand side, drops it back into Declan Rice. Here is Kyle Walker once again, who's going to try to look forward, but Hungary, to be fair to them, they have been putting on a nice press throughout the entirety of this game. They've just been able to pin England in. And despite maybe having an overload in terms of numbers, England, they have been able to pin them in, which has been really, really impressive thus far. And, oh my gosh, that's going to be, oh my gosh, the captain nearly just scored an absolute worldie, Salah. It was nicked back from Jared Bowen, and it's on the halfway line. It just sets itself up. And I just had no words. I thought it was in. It went straight over Pickford, and fortunately Pickford was a lot more calm about it than I was. Because I tell you what, a little bit of poo came out. Because that was absolutely outrageous attempt by the Hungarian captain. And not bad whatsoever, and not too far away as well from catching Jordan Pickford off guard. England are just having a few signs here that actually Hungary are starting to get themselves into the game. And they need to be careful, because once they get their tails up, Hungary, we saw it in the Euros, they can really do some damage. Here is Jared Bowen. Can he make up for that mistake there? Goes to the byline. Jared Bowen looks to pull it back. Oh my gosh, Harry Kane, he just made his run too early. Harry Kane just made his run too early there. It was an excellent run by Jared Bowen. Harry Kane there, he was literally just half a yard in front of where the ball was going to go. Jared Bowen had no other choice but to put it there. He had to squeeze it through the legs. He'd done really well. Pokes it back, and just needed someone else in the box. Unbelievable, Jeff. So close to being an excellent assist for Jared Bowen there. I like that positivity of running though. We don't see that very often in an England shirt, do we? That positivity of run, the ability to get the ball down and drive from wide areas. We see Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham do it so frequently. Even Harry Maguire, we see them do it frequently, but we don't see it in those wide areas. And I'd love to see more of it. There with Jude Bellingham tries to make up for a mistake there and ends up fouling the Hungarian captain. Salah doing his tracking back there. To be fair, I think that might have been a 50-50 at first. At first I thought it wasn't. I think it's a bit of a 50-50 to be honest with you. Both of them giving it to each other. There was an accidental foot in the head as well from Salah coming back, the captain. So yeah, I think it's a bit of each of their own really, isn't it? Each of their own. James Justin does well there to win the header above Nego. Mason Mount's been quiet in this first half. Keeps getting shrugged off the ball pretty easily. I don't know if that's just because of the defender he's going up against at the moment, or if that's something that Mason Mount needs to work on, is receiving the ball under pressure. Well, it seems to be a common feature so far on that left-hand side as England look to attack. Oh. 35 minutes on the clock. Surprised we haven't seen a goal. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised it hasn't come from Hungary. What a ball that is from Harry Maguire. I was nearly about to say Harry Kane, but Jared Bowen's touch let him down there. Jared Bowen's touch has definitely let him down there, and that was a really good ball actually from the centre half, just to spread the play there. Jared Bowen had walked into a load of room and decided, you know what, I'm gonna keep on walking into this room. Lovely stuff. Somehow it's gone out for an England throw-in there. I didn't quite see the touch. Trent takes the throw-in in towards Jared Bowen, who had just snuck in behind the Hungarian defenders who'd switched off, but they managed to get themselves and their bodies back in the way. And that's a poor header there from Kyle Walker. And here goes Salah, the captain for Hungary. Active Aaron's going to be fuming if this goes in. Here's Nego. Nego down this right-hand side. Looks to whip one in towards the back post. Oh my gosh. How has he not put that on target? Szoboszlai, how has he not put that on target? The young man must hit the target there. He definitely needed to hit the target there. That was an unbelievable, yes, it was an unbelievable. It was an unbelievable ball in by Nego from that right-hand side. And, oh my gosh, Szoboszlai, he's got to make the contact. You've got to make the contact, lad. You've got to make a better contact there. I know it's high. I know it's not comfortable. But he's got to do better there for me. He's got to do better there. He's got to at least challenge Jordan Pickford as Harry Maguire wanders up into the left wing role here. Tries to win himself a corner, and he does. Nice. Nice. Maguire. Oliver misses Premier League already. I was really hoping that we would just see like some of the little kids just giving it the good old V's and maybe, you know, flipping off the camera. That'd be brilliant. If I see that today, I'm going to be in stitches. I would absolutely love it. God, that is all I hope for now from this game. Is just to see some little kid flip off the camera. That would be, honestly, I think that would be a personal highlight of my YouTube career. If I see a little kid do that, like just in a completely school children's zone, just do that would be excellent. Oliver missing the Premier League already. I can't believe he missed it already. I'm actually excited for a bit of a break. But that being said, I can dive into Formula 1 and head straight into Formula 1, can't I? Whereas Oliver, you're not quite as big on the sport. I'm sure you would be, to be fair. I'm sure you would be if you sat down and did it. Always nice seeing a kid give the camera the finger. Exactly. It would be excellent. That would have been so good. So good. England players appear to be booed by Hungary fans while taking the knee. How? They're all kids. They are literally kids. That is so bad that the racism in that country is to the point where they will literally boo the knee as children. They will literally... How deep? Honestly, man. Honestly, the institutional racism built into society is unbelievable. And that is a prime example of that. Obviously, Sky Sports does say appear to be booed. So whether they did, I don't know. But even still, it's a crowd full of children. God, unbelievable. Maybe we will see them flip them off if they're intelligent enough kids to be able to listen to your parents on those kind of things. Even though, well, I guess unintelligent enough to be able to listen to them that way. It's a weird one to describe that. But you know, if they're able to listen to their parents like that, then maybe they can flip off the camera a few times. That would be good. Yeah, I've already made that joke, Oliver, about a certain footballer. He who shall not be named. Lovely ball out wide there to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Drops it into Jude Bellingham. Back into Trent once again. Let's move away from the touchy subjects. And by touchy, I mean just completely wrong subjects. There's a great ball there by Connor Cody. Out wide to, I said that, a little bit Australian. Into Connor Cody. He plays it out wide to Jared Bowen. Here is Kyle Walker once again. I'm going to drop that accent as quickly as I started it. Kyle Walker. Into Trent Alexander-Arnold, drops it back into Kyle Walker, who's going to move it into Declan Rice. There's James Justin. Down the line in towards Mason Mount as Luxembourg score against Lithuania. I was meaning to say as well, wow, that was convenient. It literally just scrolled across the bottom of the screen. Turkey versus the Faroe Islands. Who on earth made that one a fixture? How were they in the same league? I can't remember quite how it works. I know you get relegated and promoted in the Nations League, so Turkey must have been relegated. But who put Turkey against the Faroe Islands? That seems a little bit unfair. But they're in Group C together, so if Turkey don't win that, I tell you what, I'm putting no faith in the Turks to do anything in an international tournament for a while. It's been a while, hasn't it? Okay, Ruby. Okay, lad. Did you mean Gabriel Jesus? Has Conor Gallagher gone back to Chelsea? He most definitely has. What Thomas Tuchel's plans are for him at Chelsea is a different matter, I must say. I'm a little bit unsure at the moment where he'll fit into this Chelsea side. Maybe there'll be a bit of a restructure in terms of their midfield. Maybe move to a 3 in midfield, but then how does he continue to play the 3 at the back? And it'd be great to see him though. It'd be great to see him back where he belongs, in a Chelsea shirt. He suits blue better than blue and pink, I'll tell you what. Here you go, Hungary again. They've got plenty of space if they want to use it and use it intelligently, but they've come back and dropped the ball back once again. Honestly, sorry, but I can't get my head around the fact that taking the knee has been booed by a bunch of school children. How bad is institutional racism not even institutional, just racism in Hungary for that to be the case? You can say it's politics, whatever, but to me it screams racism. And isn't that the reason that they have? You can correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the reason they have the school kids there today? Because they have a ban because their fans were being racist? Like, it's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And these kids don't know better, so where they got it from? They've got it from their parents, and it's awful. It's awful. Cut it at the source, stop it at the source, but we can't because they just don't learn. People are stuck in their ways, and unbelievable to think a country as big as Hungary can have that kind of problem and have that kind of negativity. If you're saying it's politics, just don't bother booing it, just stay quiet, just don't do anything. Nego tries to whip that one in there and it's headed clear by England. It's headed back out wide again towards Nego, who tried to put James Justin under some pressure, and that's headed out. Oh, that's really irritated me, I must say. The thing is, if people are booing it because it's politics in sport, the quicker that everything gets sorted, or the faster we strive for change, and the more things that we do to make everyone equal, the less politics will be in sport. And if that is the case, which I am being lenient here in suggesting that some people might have done it for that reason and not the fact that they're completely racist. If that is the case, then just help out. Don't boo it. Don't boo it. Because the longer you boo it, the more that racism will continue to strive in football. If you think, it shouldn't be a place for politics, okay, fair enough, football shouldn't be a place for politics if that's what you think. But don't boo it, lad. Don't boo it, because if you boo it, it just exacerbates the point of a lot of people who are racist, and it looks like you're supporting them rather than supporting the actual cause and the important part, which is sorting out racism in football. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Cannot believe it. Finland, on the other hand, have just scored, I do believe, if I've just read that one wrong. Daniel Sinani scored for Luxembourg. Huddersfield are massive, and Teemu Pukki has scored for Finland as well. So that is in Group B, I do believe, if I'm correct. What is the island that's on? I didn't actually check that one before I came live. I do apologise for that. It was, if I can find it, 1-0 to Armenia. I should have updated that one before I started. I apologise. But Finland have got the opener, and that is half-time as well, ladies and gents. That is half-time as well. Let's give us a quick pause then. Let's update everything and get everything sorted. It is half-time. It's England 0, Hungary 0. And like I said, the headline has been taken by the fact that despite it being a crowd full of school children, that the England players taking the knee has actually been booed by a bunch of school children, which is absolutely unbelievable. Sergio Minix says it's 2045 Italy versus Germany. I'm assuming you're in one of those countries because in England it is at 1935. So yeah, I'm on England. I'm on England time. I'm on English time. If I can get the words out. But great to see you, Sergio. Hope you're doing well, and let us know your score prediction for that game. If you are a Italian fan or a German fan or whatever, let us know your score prediction and let us know what your thoughts are on this game so far. Right, I'll just get ourselves up to date with everything on the screen for us. And then what we'll do is we'll have a little bit of a half-time game. Oliver, other people, if you are there, we're going to do a bit of a guess the player, provided Oliver's not moaning, as always. We're going to do a bit of a guess the player. If I can get my mouse to work, that would be even more helpful. Because it is half-time, and there isn't really too much to talk about. And like I said, I don't want to keep talking about the same thing. Sam, have you heard the stories of Gerard Piqué? My man's fumbled the bag there. I don't know how he's done that. He's with Shakira. How's he fumbled the bag there? Hold on, Sam. Let me link the light stream. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you very much. But yeah, I don't know how he's... I don't understand it. There's no excuses in terms of a relationship to cheat. That's something that I firmly believe in. If you're going through problems, speak about your problems. It might feel harsh. People can drive you to it, allegedly, but just break up with them if that is the case. If you're wanting to be with someone else, break up with them and go be with someone else. I'm sure there are a lot of occasions actually where, stuff does affect other things, but in this occasion, it's just there's really no need. Right, we will do... I was going to say, should we do a Hungarian football quiz, and then realise that none of us would be able to do it. So let me go over to the intermission screen, and I just need to resize everything. If I can get it sorted. That's the wrong one, that's why I can't do that. So let me do this. Can I? No, this is not helpful. England will win. Hopefully so. Right, that looks really bold, so I'm just going to make it smaller. Hopefully you guys can still see that. I can see it on my phone, and it's about 3 foot away from me. So hopefully that is okay. Start the England quiz, and we will go with a semi-pro. I think that is the best one to go for. The state of that first half, it's literally like watching Bruce's Newcastle. I do think you aren't giving Hungary enough credit, to be fair, Aaron. I think you are giving Hungary enough credit. They are a more than capable side. They wouldn't be in Group A, but yeah, it's not been the greatest of first half. Jared Bowen's had some good opportunities, definitely had some good opportunities there on his debut, which is absolutely fantastic to see and what we love to see from them. Let's have a look as well, because I did put a poll and we've had 101 votes. 101 votes. And we're 1 subscriber as well, ladies and gents, away from 700. So please, if you haven't already, do be sure to smash that like button for us and do hit subscribe as well. It would mean the absolute world to me if you could do that for us. But we've had 101 votes at the moment. How far will England go in the World Cup? 16% have said group stage. 14% have said last 16. No, I said that right. 14% have said last 16, 18% have said quarters, and 53% have said semi-final or final. And see you later, Sergio. Great to have you in, and thanks for stopping by, mate. We will be back with the thingy in about 15 minutes or so. But let's have a go. Let's have a go at this. Guess the player. Oliver, I'm assuming you're ready. And let's start ourselves off here. Oh my God. What is that? What is that? Was that semi-pro? Did I click semi-pro? Hang on. I don't know if I clicked semi-pro there. I'm sure VAR will check that one. But I wasn't pleased with that one. I wasn't pleased with that. Right. At least this is a currently active player who has made more than one appearance for for England this time out. Get in the chat, guys. Let us know your thoughts on who this player could be. So they have started out. Skip that one, boss. I know. I couldn't work out if I'd pressed world class anyway, so might as well skip. So it's an Irish player who plays for West Bromwich Albion. Has played for Norwich City as well. Robinson. Do you mean Callum Robinson? I don't think he's that old, is he? He's not that old to be playing from there. Unless there's just someone called Robinson. No, it doesn't begin with an R anyway. Right. An Irish international has played 43 times with 3 goals. So it looks like it could be a defender or a midfielder. That Norwich City 47 goals is giving me an inkling that it might be a midfielder. So I'm going to say it's a midfielder. A Norwich City Irish player. Oh, I wish I knew this one. Oh my gosh. It's not Callum, it's not. I've just typed in the R and it doesn't come up. I'm going to give myself a clue if anyone else knows it. Do be sure. Joker. First name, letter, picture, first name. Ah. Got it. Got it. That was easy. That was easy. Lovely stuff. Wesley Houlihan. Of course. Of course. Right. Oh, okay. I know who this one is straight away. Let me know who you think it is. I'm going to leave you guys to do this one. In fact, I'll be back. I'll go grab myself a beer. And I want to see the correct answer absolutely flooding into this chat here. I want to see it. Absolutely. This is an absolute piece of cake, and I'm telling you that now. Absolute piece of cake. I got it literally from the final 3 teams. Hooligan. Lamps. It most certainly is. Super Frankie Lampard. Instantly. Super Frankie Lampard. Of course it is. Like, you look at that career. West Ham United, Swansea City, Chelsea, Manchester City, New York FC. He's got a lot of goals in New York, didn't he? And of course, England making all those appearances, and now team managed Derby, Everton and Chelsea. So congrats to those who did get it. Let's move on to the next one. So now we're looking for a Dutch international, which I have just already clocked. I know who it is. Aaron should know who it is, as his team is listed there. But a Dutch international who's played for Rotterdam, PSV, Newcastle, Liverpool and most recently Paris Saint-Germain, who is still playing for the Netherlands and has made 85 appearances for the Netherlands. Let me know your thoughts. Gini Wijnaldum. It most certainly is. If I can spell his name, and I can actually... Oh my god, that took me so long to open that. Are you sure you didn't click on beginner? It's just the look of the draw, isn't it? I mean, we didn't get the Houlihan one, did we? So, oh, I spelt it right first time. Genie Wijnaldum. No? No one else? Just me? Okay. Ah, here we go again. Oh my god, this one's easy as well. This one's a piece of cake as well. I think, unless I've made a massive mistake, but I'm 90% certain this is a piece of cake as well. So, youth career, we're just going to ignore, say Rotterdam, Feyenoord, Rotterdam. Then Arsenal, Man United, Fenerbahce, Feyenoord, and has played for the Netherlands and scored 50 goals for them. Robin van Persie, it most certainly is. I think that, oh, if I can type. Damn it. No, give me it back. There we are. Van Persie. Easy stuff, ladies and gents, isn't it? Absolutely easy. This is well easy, lads. This is well easy. Who had any problems with this? Right, here we go. Oh my god. What? Oh, I think I know who it is. Is he still playing? I think I know who this is. But you guys are going to have to let me know if you know who it is. So, a Ghanaian international who has played for these clubs. I think I know who this is. I think I know who this is. Let us know. Let us know your thoughts, ladies and gents. Get in the chat if you are listening at home. We are about, 10 minutes or 5 or so minutes away from kickoff for the second half. So let us know. Michael SCN, Active Aaron goes with SCN. Yes, absolutely. I don't know why it's got him down, though, as still playing. Can someone VAR it and see if he is still playing? Because it says here he's still playing for Ghana. And I'm assuming this is just the same team here. Which is weird. Is that a B? It is a B, yes, Sabale. Next one. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. It says Huddersfield Town in there. Oh God. What's his name? Oh, I know who it is. It's the fullback. It's the fullback. What's his name? What's his name? It's the fullback. No. 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 I know who this is. I'm 90% certain I know who this is. I am 90% certain I know who this is, but I cannot think for the life of me what his name is. Johnny Depp says curved. I don't quite think it's going to be Johnny Depp, but I like the optimism. I don't think he's turned his career around that much following the case. Oh my God. What is his name? I can picture his face. I remember he had a bronze striker card when he was at Borussia Dortmund, and then Town signed him, and I was like, why are they playing him as a right back? Oh my God, what is his name? He's a German lad as well. If this is the person I think it is, I'm going to have to give myself a joker. I need a letter. I'm hoping a letter will just spark something from my head. Oh my God, that is not going to help me. I want the first letter. I wanted the first letter to give myself a clue. Right, I'm giving myself a clue inadvertently. I just cannot remember his name off the top of my head. What? Why can't I remember his name? This is so embarrassing. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Oh my God. Move on. Oh my God, that was so embarrassing. I could not remember his name for the life of me. I am just listening. I think we are ready for the second half, ladies and gents. So we are going to have to, unfortunately, leave that one there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that and enjoyed seeing me in pain as much as it felt like I was enjoying it anyway. But we are getting ourselves underway for the second half at the Puskás Arena in Hungary. I know I keep pronouncing it weirdly every single time. But if you are listening, guys, and you are watching along at home as well, do be sure to get in the chat as well and make yourself known to the SRL community. And, of course, let us know your score predictions for the second half. Everyone else who's in here as well. Aaron, Oliver, Curve, let us know your score predictions for the second half. Are you still back in the score predictions from the beginning of the game, or are you changing plans? Let me know. Bukayo Saka is going to be coming on. So, ironically, what I spoke about at the beginning with Bukayo Saka was the fact that he won't want to be playing as a fullback. Looks like he is playing as a fullback now, doesn't he? Unless Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to go out onto that into left back, which I can't imagine happening. If they had Trippier on, of course, that would be an option. But I can't imagine that happening. So it looks like Saka's going to come on as a wing back. and then we shall be underway. There we are. Harry Kane gets us underway for the second half. Lovely stuff, ladies and gents. Lovely stuff. Let us know your score predictions. I'm still going with 2-1. I'm still going with 2-1 as well. I'm so glad I'm not listening to this because Robert Green is a commentator. If anyone's listening along to Rob Green, am I just slandering him for no reason? But I can't imagine him being a very exciting commentator. Admittedly, he's got to be better than Sam McAfee, so I just don't like him. The reason I don't like him as a commentator is because it was the final or the semi-final or whatever, and for some reason we were watching it on ITV. God knows why, but we were watching it on ITV instead of BBC, and everything he said was just antagonising me. It was like, oh, we got 5 minutes until this. Alright, yeah, thanks for stating the obvious every bleeding second. Cricket Monday has just subscribed, so thank you. What a great time for you to subscribe. And it might be a very excellent time for you to subscribe because that does make you our 700th subscriber. So thank you to you, Cricket Monday. Thank you very, very much. And we have hit the magical 700. Thank you to everyone, of course, everyone else as well who has subscribed. I really do appreciate it. Let's move on to the next 100 and let's keep on going. Let's keep on rumbling as we start this second half. Maybe England could do with a nice bit of good luck here as that's flicked on by Mason Mount looking forward. Trent Alexander-Arnold tries to get the ball down but only succeeds in finding a Hungarian defender. Here's Shafter, not Shafter. He's not in the chat tonight, but he's definitely not playing. More likely to be in the crowd, isn't he, Bailey? Harry Kane tries to tackle the ball, but ends up going to a Hungarian defender anyway. Here's Nagy down this left-hand side, drops it back to his teammate, and we're back to Peter Galacci. It goes. He had to put bloody Saka on. Do you not like him curved? Do you not like Saka? Or is it just because of the penalty miss? Oh my god, there's so much room there down that right-hand side for Nego, is he going to be able to pull that into the box? It's blocked by Jude Bellingham a couple of times. Is that going to squirm its way through? Saka does well there actually to keep that on the pitch. Don't know quite how they managed to deflect that. Jude Bellingham, he's so calm on the ball. He is so calm on the ball. I don't think I've mentioned it. But he's absolutely bloody fantastic. Jude Bellingham is. I'm absolutely in love with him. Absolutely in love with him. Good ball down the line there. That is blocked by Jude Bellingham again. Of course it is. It's Jude Bellingham again, ladies and gents. I think I'm in love. Here goes Mason Mount. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've quickly moved off Mason Mount and onto Jude Bellingham in an England shirt. Oh, he had to, as in he really had to bring on Saka. Nice. Ooh, that's a decent shot by Nagy there. Didn't really look like he was ever going to hit the back of the net there with it. So your point is that he had to bring him on because he's hard working. I get you now. Absolutely, I get you. But yeah, he's really hard working, isn't he? And like, obviously, I said at the beginning he'll want to be starting as a left winger or as a winger in that attacking foursome, or threesome in this case. But he's definitely a player that is hard-working enough to actually be like, you know, I'm gonna drop in at left wing back and I'll do a job and I'll put in a good shift and you'll get a solid 7, 8 out of 10 from me. I absolutely agree. He's definitely a hard worker. Here's Bukayo Saka, and unfortunately, the penalty miss couldn't have fallen on a nicer player when we missed the penalty in Italy. Notice how I said we, because there was a lot that went wrong before Saka had to take that penalty. He is overworked. He seems to be dragging that Arsenal team along. It's like he's a little puppet, and they're just making him work for everything to get everything done. But he's a quality player, isn't he? Hopefully we can see. hopefully we can see the best out of him in this game. Saka, good touch there. Really good touch. Gets himself into a little bit of space. Saka, he has support. He goes down. Oh my God, Saka! Oh, what a save that is from Galacci. I thought we were on for a really good goal there by Bukayo Saka. It was a brilliant run. It was a brilliant run by Bukayo Saka. Direct, that's what I said Jared Bowen had earlier. That is what I said that we needed to see more in an England shirt. Connor Cody gets himself in the book as well for a foul to stop the counter-attack. But it was an excellent run. It was a blooming excellent run from Bukayo Saka. When I said he went down, I meant to say he went down the outside because I was expecting him to cut inside because Harry Kane was there. We've seen the replay now. Harry Kane makes the in-to-out run. But then so does Saka, and he looks to pull it across towards that back post to try and just squeeze it in past Peter Galacci's left leg. But Galacci sharp down to that left-hand side, and really good save in the end from Peter Galacci. But a really good run by the youngster there, Bukayo Saka, showing exactly what he can do and why potentially he is overworked, as Curve says. A really good start to the second half for Bukayo Saka there, making an instant impact only 6 minutes in to his time on the pitch. But we need to get ourselves a goal now. England do, as Hungary need to build themselves a goal as they drop it back into Szoboszlai. Here's Willie Orban. Shafter looks to cross that towards Nego, and it's actually, I don't know if that's good defending from Saka, but it's gone all the way through and out for a throw-in. So England have somehow regained the ball. I tell you what, Josh messaged me earlier being like, oh, I've got the England game to fall asleep to, and I was like, no, it'll be a good game, it'll be a good game. And my optimism has gone out the window now that we are 52 minutes in. But Saka nearly put a smile back on my face again. Nearly put a smile back on my face again, I must say. Would have been nice to see Bukayo Saka get himself on the score sheet for England. Here is Hungary. They've got themselves on the ball. And also Hungary, but what time is it? To be fair, it's 6:15. It's not like it's 4:15. Good player from Hungary as they look to play their way out the back, and they're going to put the ball down that left-hand side, looking for Nagy, who's going to try and get himself past Kyle Walker, and he has done so, but the touch was just too heavy and he couldn't quite keep it on. Kyle Walker's tried to shrug him off and send him down that byline. Couldn't quite do so, I must say. Couldn't quite do so. Why did we just watch a slow-mo of Harry Kane looking down? That was weird. I don't think that will have changed my life in any way. Why are we watching these like cinematic shots of people looking around? That was so strange. So strange. Maybe Channel 4 has got a new way of looking at things. Maybe they're going to try and make it a bit more cinematic, the games that we see in football. Who knows? Who knows? Peter Galacci now has the ball at his feet. They're going to try and play their way out. And to be honest with you, in the second half so far, dictating possession, in terms of overall possession, not doing anything with it as of yet. Here's Salai, who rolls it into Szoboszlai, who drops it back to Nego. Nego. Going to try and move the ball forward here. Back into Nego. Nego's going to shoot from range. It's taken a deflection on the way through. Appeals for a handball by the looks of things. Salai absolutely adamant that that was a handball there. Absolutely adamant that there was a handball in there. I'm not too sure what he'd seen. To be honest with you, I can't see. Obviously, from this far up, it didn't look like it had particularly hit a hand of note. I'm sure if that is the case, it will have gone to VAR. Let's watch it again. It is, and his arm's tucked in here and it hits him there. No chance whatsoever from Salah. You've got to appeal for him. You don't know what could be given. Blatant penalties can be missed, like Huddersfield versus Nottingham Forest in the Championship playoff final. And, you know, blatant non-penalties can be given as well. So, who knows? Who knows? Moving on. Lang finds Nego. Drops it back into Shafter. Here's Willie Orban, who finds Szoboszlai. Lovely turn there from the youngster. Tries to spin into a little bit of space. Here's Schaefer again, into Nego. Nego tries to drop that shoulder again. He looks really good, I must say. Going to go down the right-hand side. Going to try and pull it back here. Hungary, and that's blocked at that front post. I think it was Bukayo Saka once again doing his defensive duties. Ball whipped in again, looking there for Salah. Can Bowen get it cleared this time? He can, but there's no one upfield. Every single English player there was within about 30 yards of the pitch. Every single player there was in England's territory. Here's Salah on the left-hand side. Different Salah. God, they need to name the kids something different. There's 4 Adams. I nearly said Allens then. There's 4 Adams. Dead game, says Oliver. It most certainly is, Oliver, but at least Hungary are building into it. The perfect thing that you'd want whenever you're doing a live stream is for like the football to be fast and flowing. Take Manchester United versus Leeds, when Leeds came from 2-0 down, was it? So that people are like, oh, I actually want to watch that. I want to see people's reaction. Whereas a game like this is just so slow in patches, it does make it difficult. And then, of course, you don't really have too much to talk about. I always do, because I always have stuff to talk about. But that's a good ball into Salah there. Salah there, the captain, looks to clip one in towards the back post and just defended nicely, just in time. The real nick of time there from Kyle Walker, but Jordan Pickford's kick it was not good enough there, and there might be an opportunity for Hungary once again, drifting into space, tries to go through the legs of Connor Cody there, but Connor Cody stands firm, and England can clear this time. Jared Bowen, can he get the ball down? He's done really well there, Jared Bowen. Bowen finds Harry Kane. Harry Kane, can he see that he's got Mason Mount up with him? He can. Here is Mason Mount. He's got a bit wide. Mount. Oh, I thought the ball from Harry Kane was just a bit too wide there for Mason Mount. He tried to recover it, and Lang eventually gets his defensive duties done properly. But England on the counter-attack there, they did look dangerous, but the pass from Harry Kane was just too far in front of Mason Mount. And then Mason Mount, by the time he got his left foot onto it, he didn't have enough time or room to really put in a good cross. And Lang, take your time, mate. Take your time. That's it in where the sun don't shine. I tell you what, take your time, Lang. You know what? If you want to cancel the game, cancel the game. I don't care, mate. That looked painful. Straight on to his you-know-what. And I tell you what, that definitely does hurt. Mason Mount looks to whip in that corner. Headed clear by Szoboszlai. It's fallen to the edge of the box. Oh! It looked better than what it was from Jared Bowen there. It definitely looked better than what it was when he initially hit that one. Definitely looked better than what it was, but not too far away from Jared Bowen. Not bad. I like to see him taking opportunities and taking chances. You know, he's 58 minutes into his international debut, so why not? Speaking of international debuts, I must say, a little bit harsh for James Justin to have been taken off at half-time. Didn't think he had a bad half. Maybe it was just more about getting some game time for Bukayo Saka to see how he plays as that left wing-back, so that we don't have to keep playing wrong-footed. Is he left-footed? I can't remember. But players who don't favour the left-hand side anyway. Nego. Causing all kinds of problems down this right-hand side for Hungary. Really, really causing problems. I can't believe how many players there were called Salah or Adam. Do we have that? I mean, we have 2 Harrys. Right? I don't think we have that. I mean, we do have Kyle Walker and Kyle Walker-Peters. Okay, I'll let him off. Jared Bowen rolls it out wide to Harry Kane, and that's blocked there by Willie Orban. And And that'll go out for a corner for England. Need to see Mason Mount up it a little bit, to be honest with you. Not been overly impressed with his performance, and hurts me to say as a Chelsea fan and as a fan of the Mason Mount Appreciation League, but it's the worst kind of Justice League. He needs to up it. He does need to up it before I end up falling in love with Jude Bellingham over and over again. I can't believe that midfield's average age is like, what, 19? It's whipped in there towards Harry Maguire's slab head, and it takes a deflection, and a couple of Hungarian players do go down there. I did hit 700, I most certainly did, and shout out to Cricket Monday, the 700th subscriber for the SRL channel. Curve says, like and subscribe, people, come on, absolutely, absolutely. If you haven't already, do be sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. That would be absolutely excellent if you could do, and keep us moving on towards that 1,000. John Stones is going to be coming onto the pitch, so I am sure. Oh no, I was for 2 seconds. Active Aaron, you can be happy. Active Aaron, you can be happy. There is only 2 fullbacks on the pitch. There's only 2 fullbacks on the pitch. There's only 2 fullbacks on the pitch. Trent Alexander-Arnold's coming off. Active Aaron is going to be happy. There's only 2 fullbacks on the pitch. Reece James is coming on. I was expecting Reece James to come on for like a centre midfielder there. I'm not going to lie to you. And Super Jackie Grealish is coming on as well for Mason Mount. I mean, at least he's made the substitution a bit earlier on this time, Gareth Southgate, for when Mason Mount hasn't put in his best performance. But Jack Grealish comes on. Excited to see what he can do in an England shirt. 1K by the start of the new season. I see it. I'm hoping so, Oliver. That's what I'm going for. My birthday is September the 9th. That is when I want to hit 1,000 subscribers by. And of course, I want to keep on growing the SRL family. So if you can help me out, do be sure to smash that subscribe button as well. But yeah, that is the goal. That it most certainly is the goal, and really enjoying as well making a bit of short content at the moment. But we will be back as well in midweek, because we will have the F1 show returning for a bit of a preview. A bit of a preview of the upcoming race. I can't even remember which race it is now. I cannot remember for the life of me, but there will be a race next weekend, which I'm excited for once again. Luckily it doesn't fall in any of the England matches, otherwise it will be annoying. Reece James tries to play in Jared Bowen there. Good to see that Jared Bowen, though, is going to be getting a good run of the mill here. He's going to be, you know, getting himself a fair few minutes under his belt in an England shirt. 62 minutes already. And I'm sure we'll see him on for a little while longer. Intrigued to see if Raheem Sterling does come on, though. Want to see Jack Grealish get himself a goal tonight as well. Be great for his confidence. Not as a person, but as an England footballer, most certainly. It will be a boost for his confidence. He doesn't need Sam Johnston there to pump one up the field for him to score for England. Hungary tried to carry the ball out once again. I don't think they've made a sub so far. And here goes Nego once again. It's going to be a switch ball over to that left-hand side to Salah. And Reece James has done excellently. Well in, Reece James. What? What? Are you kidding me? No way! Are you... What game are you watching? Are you... Are you kidding me? I'll have whatever he's been smoking. What? Are you kidding me? It's a penalty to Hungary. Are you kidding me? He's booked Reece James. We've got VAR checking it. But what on earth? I cannot believe he's given that. I cannot believe he's given that. And Szoboszlai is going to step up now. I literally said, great tackle, Reece James. Come on, Pickford. Come on! Let's see it. Oh my, I cannot believe that's a penalty. Bloody hell. I cannot believe that's a penalty. If that's how it works, Oliver, then Town should have had 2 penalties. It's not how it works, lad. It's not how it works. Szoboszlai against Jordan Pickford. Can Pickford save it? Szoboszlai! Oh, gosh. Pillock. For God's... I don't understand how that is a penalty. I really don't understand how that is a penalty, personally. There's contact, yeah, but there's not. It's not a foul. There can be contact on a person and it not be a foul. That is not how it works. That is not how it works. It's a decent pen by Szoboszlai, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a decent pen right in the bottom corner. Pickford, I think he'll be annoyed that he hasn't got that, but I'm not sure how that's a pen, you know. We didn't see the, what we saw was, bloody hell, like the sun is just glaring off this thing here, which is why this part of my screen is just going to crap, because all of a sudden we've got too much extra light in here, which is a little bit annoying. Oh, I've nearly just broke my phone as well, as I try and get this sorted. Is this going to help? No. So we're going to have to deal with it. But we'll make do. We'll make do. But yeah, what I was going to say was, before I accidentally dropped everything everywhere, sad moment, definitely was. We didn't actually see the... do I have to spell Szoboszlai's name as well now? Are you kidding me? Oh, it goes from worse. It goes from worse to worse. It goes from bad to worse. Oh, I've got to spell his name now. Szoboszlai. Right? Is that right? No, that's definitely not right. There's definitely another Z in there, isn't there? But what I was going to say, oh my god, I'm so wrong on that. Jesus. Szobo. SL. There we are. Bloody hell. Looks like someone sneezed. What I was going to say was, the problem is we didn't see the replay from the high up position we are in terms of like where the cameras are. We saw a reverse angle, which of course makes reverse angles a lot of the time from your initial experience and initial viewpoint of seeing it, of course, are a lot different. And so, like from up here, it looked like Reece James just shoulder barged him off the ball. I still don't think it's like Oliver says, yeah, there's contact, but contact isn't enough for a player to go down, and contact doesn't mean a penalty, because if it is, like I say, Huddersfield Town should have had a penalty in the playoff final. So if that is the case, you know, there's no consistency once again with VAR. Of course, this is a different competition, but either way, John Stones there just fouled by Szoboszlai once again. What a ball that is from Harry Maguire to find Bukayo Saka, but the touch by Jack Grealish after he picked the ball up wasn't the greatest. Now England have got work to do. At least we're going to see England actually go for the throat, and I think that's what Active Aaron will have been wanting, to see England go for the throat in this game and see what they can actually do, because we've not really seen it, have we? We've not seen the aggression, and I know what Aaron means. Like he talks about how negative we can be. And I agree, we can be a very negative side in terms of the way that we play. But now it presents an opportunity here where we really need to take the opportunity and go at the throat of this Hungarian team, and hopefully with some good dribbling, as Jack Grealish passes to himself there, hopefully Jared Bowen's touch is really poor there. Hopefully see ourselves get some goals. And yes, it is a sad moment, Sergio. It is a sad moment, definitely. Schaefer clears to Salah, the captain. Declan Rice tries to win the ball back. He does well to win it back initially. Can Jared Bowen win it back for him? No. It falls to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai against Declan Rice again. Declan Rice does well again. And he's trying to appeal for a throw-in for England, but it's gone out off Declan Rice and gone out of play for a Hungary throw-in, sorry. If you haven't already, guys, do be sure to smash that like button for us. Do hit subscribe as well if you are enjoying this live stream / watch along. What are you doing to me? Klein Heilser is coming on. If it's Hungarian, what language? Is Hungarian a language? I'm not sure. Or do they have this? Because that's very German, isn't it? Klein, Heislea, Sleer. It's very German, isn't it? Klein Heilser. I feel like I pronounced that wrong. It feels really weird to say that. But here we go. England on the counter-attack. Into Jude Bellingham, who finds Reece James. Reece James, can he look up and pick the right pass? He does. He goes into Jude Bellingham. Bellingham, he played the wrong pass there. Jude Bellingham tried to play it with like the outside of his foot out wide to Harry Kane. But it was just intercepted by the Hungarian defenders. Let's move it up the field then, boys. Let's move it faster. Get the ball out wide. Declan Rice, what a ball. Jared Bowen! Oh my gosh, that was such an opportunity. That would have been some goal. Oh my gosh, what a ball. It wasn't Declan Rice anyway, I don't think. It was Harry Maguire with the through ball over the top. And oh, Jared Bowen, what a goal that would have been. It went straight into the hands of Galachi, but if he'd have scored that, I tell you what, that would have been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Salah and John Stones just having a bit of a gobbing off with each other. The captain for Hungary, like I said, he's a bit of a frame, isn't he? He's a bit of a powerhouse in that leading that line for the Hungarians tonight. He's been doing that all night long, and he's been causing a few problems. I will say though that the goal, in terms of coming from a penalty, is a little bit undeserved, because there's been some good outfield play for the Hungarians as Saka tries to go down that left hand side. Bellingham, I thought that was going to squeeze its way through there. How Hungary are not even playing well, no creativity, slow passing, no angles or link up play. I wish I could say this is a one-off. I mean, I wouldn't say Hungary aren't playing well. I'd say they've been good going forward, Hungary have. And for me personally, they've been quite lucky with getting a penalty. The Kraken Ninja says Hungary are lucky they are winning. We've just not taken our chances. We've not had any real clear-cut opportunities. They've all fallen to Jared Bowen, which is the problem. Kraken Ninja. That is the problem. It's not really. Harry Kane, what opportunities he had? He's not really had one, has he? In front of goal. Jared Bowen, of course, you know, it's a lot of. Yes, he's been in the opportunities and he probably should have scored maybe one of them. But when you take each opportunity in isolation, I'm not sure he would have been expected to have got himself a goal, even with having 4 opportunities on goal. There's Jack Grealish though, looking to put a bit of positivity on an otherwise pretty glum performance for England. Harry Maguire, why are you in the box? Move out of that space. Move out of that space. He stood right in front of Bukayo Saka. Move out of the space. Oh, now you've moved out of the space and Saka's moved out of the space. Bloody idiots. Declan Rice. I cannot believe that. They've just moved out of the space at exactly the same time there. As Reece James tries to get the ball down from across, and that has gone out of play. I've just seen a lad with his phone just sat there, not even watching the game, just recording the game as it goes by him, as if he's like going to get an instant replay or something. Very strange. And in case if you are really gripped with the Luxembourg game, it looks like we should have watched the Luxembourg game, because it is 2-0 to Luxembourg. Absolutely 2-0 to Luxembourg. So Lithuania in the L Derby, if we can say that's a thing. I'm going out on a whim here, but in the derby between it's the Redgate Derby. obviously. But Luxembourg, Lithuania in Group C, 2-0 to Luxembourg. Surprisingly, considering the amount of people that they have. I don't know who scored that one though, let me tell you. Oh, it's Daniel Sinani. Huddersfield are massive. Huddersfield are absolutely massive. Of course it is, of course it is. Connor Cody into John Stones here, who finds Reece James. Come on, boys. I want to see something here. He's streaming the Turkey game, the one later. Against the Faroe Islands, I don't think so. I don't think I've got the excitement. Don't think I've got the excitement factor to sit through this and then sit through Turkey versus the Faroe Islands curved. I don't think I quite had the excitement. Hungary are doing all right, but nothing. But not doing anything specific. Yeah, I agree with that. There's not been like one area where you've been like, oh, they've been great in one particular area. For example, pressing and the pressing department have been ace. That hasn't been the thing. That hasn't been the case. But I still think they've been good. We've not taken control of midfield. Could be a cracker. It could be. There could be a lot of goals, but it'll be painstaking. It'll be painstaking to try and pronounce the Turkish names. Number one, and then number two, I still can't pronounce. What's the AC Milan midfielder's name? Kalanoglu? Is that how you pronounce his name? Still can't pronounce his name correctly, and I still don't know. Reece James whips in this free kick. It's whipped in towards. Oh! Connor Cody's head. And it's gone wide. 15 minutes left. Gareth Southgate. So this is what happens when he doesn't wear his waistcoat. It's a good bit of movement, I'll tell you what, from Connor Cody. Just moves himself out of the way of the defenders, flicks it downwards. So obviously a bounce will cause a few problems for an on-rushing goalkeeper trying to come out and grab it. Probably one of the better opportunities outside of Jared Bowen. I don't want to put all the weight on Jared Bowen for missing opportunities in this game, especially with probably his most clear-cut opportunity came from a 40-year-old wonder ball from Harry Maguire, and then one on the volley was a high enough opportunity anyway. I don't want to put that kind of pressure on him. I'm sure Josh is. Yeah, I'm sure Josh is absolutely dying. I don't imagine if Josh ended up doing that as Jack Grealish looks forward there towards Harry Kane. Probably the reason why Josh isn't doing it is this game tonight is because Jack Grealish is on the pitch, still sour, still got some sour grapes about Grealish leaving. That's the rumour anyway. That is the rumour anyway. Let's see, ladies and gents. Let's see. We've got ourselves to 701. Absolutely fantastic, guys. And on 20 likes. Let's push towards 25 likes come the end of the game. Salai plays it to Sabozlai. Good play there by Shafter. Tries to nutmeg John Stones, and John Stones has closed his legs and said, "You shall not pass," and that'll go out of play for a throw-in for Hungary. And we've got a change in formation by the looks of things. It could be a change in formation. It depends what they do with Declan Rice here. It could not be a change in formation, but it does look like initially a change in formation to a 4-3-3 as Calvin Phillips comes on for Connor Cody. With about 12 minutes left, so maybe Gareth Southgate using the opportunity, a goal down, try out England in a 4-3-3 formation. Well, that does mean Saka is a traditional fullback, which doesn't fill me with confidence. But here goes Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish, he skips past one, he skips past two, gets a bit of luck. Oh, but it's defended eventually by the Hungarian defenders who just cancel him out there, just outnumbered him. Jude Bellingham looks like he's been able to move a little bit further forward as well here, with an opportunity to potentially push the ball forward and use those fantastic skills he has in terms of dribbling further up the field. I'm intrigued to see who's at the base of this midfield three at the moment. It does look like Declan Rice will be the base of that midfield three rather than Calvin Phillips. but I need to make sure that they've not moved Declan Rice to a centre half at any point. That's a good touch there by Jack Grealish out on that left-hand side. He tries to skip past Nego and drops it back now to Declan Rice. Here is Bukayo Saka on the left-hand side. Saka looks for the feet of Grealish there. Grealish must have heard a call there from Jude Bellingham because he just let the ball run when he could have got the ball down. And now there might be a counter-attack opportunity. That's a full ball there from Szoboszlai. Southgate bringing DM on. He don't want to win. It's for the change in formation though, isn't it? It's a weird one. It is a weird one. I agree, but it's so that they can have a change in formation. But whether it works, we'll have to wait and see. As that looks to fall towards Jude Bellingham. Good defensive play though by Hungary again. Stoic defending, getting themselves in position. Here's Salah. He's going to try and take it out. The captain. Oh, he should have played the ball there. He should have played the ball there. I think he took too long. There might be an opportunity for Klein, whatever his name is, as he cuts in on his left foot. And oh my God, he's put it over. Schaefer has put it over. From about 8 yards out, Schaefer has put it over, and England have got away with one. England have got away with one. It's a half decent attack, cuts in on his left foot, and then Schaefer on the rebound skies it. Absolutely skies it. God, England have got away with one there. Absolutely got away with one there. As Callum Styles is going to come on. That's the least Hungarian name I've ever heard of. And Fiola is going to come on as well for Szoboszlai. So there's going to be two changes here. Callum Styles. Where's he playing at? Callum Styles. And why do I reckon his name? Why do I reckon his name? Why do I recognise his name? Barnsley. He's at Barnsley. That makes sense. He's at Barnsley. That does make sense. That does make sense. That's why I know. Local team to where I am at the moment. I say local, live in Yorkshire. Yorkshire. Reece James looks forward there towards Harry Kane. Harry Kane, good touch initially. Pulls it back, looking for Jared Bowen. Oh, he's got his feet tangled and it's cleared by Hungary. Oh, I thought he was going to get if he got his feet sorted out there, Jared Bowen. He would have had a perfect opportunity to get the shot off. There was a few bodies around him, so whether he'd have got it through that gap. So unfortunate. So unfortunate for Jared Bowen. But it was better from Harry Kane. Harry Kane. I need to improve my Antoine Griezmann impression, ladies and gents. I need to improve it. Here's Jack Grealish on this left-hand side. Going to put him on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side? On the right foot as he tries to get himself away from Nego. Declan Rice looks to switch the play here to Reece James. Good touch initially from Reece James, who's going to roll one through to Harry Kane. Harry Kane! Oh my God. I don't know what he's done. I don't know what he's done. Was that even Harry Kane? Or was it Jared Bowen? No, it was Harry Kane. He might have been offside, but he couldn't decide. He couldn't decide whether he was going to shoot or cross there. And so, instead, just rolled it into the keeper's hands by the looks of things. That's all he did. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. I thought Harry Kane was going to have it there. The chances are coming. The chances are coming, though. Still don't know what formation we're playing, that being said. It looks like Jude Bellingham is playing up front with Harry Kane. Which, I mean, I'm sure he could do it, but I wouldn't personally suggest it. It wouldn't be my first point of call. I'd maybe bring on Raheem Sterling as a striker before doing that, but you never know, you never know. There's Jack Grealish off the left-hand side once again. Ball seems to be going through him a lot at the moment as England look to move the ball around quickly. Those kids have deep classes. They most certainly do. Why do they sound like full-grown adults? As Jared Bowen whips in the ball there, and oh my God, Harry Kane a few inches away. Don't let anyone ever tell you that 2 inches isn't a lot, because Harry Kane will tell you there it was a lot. I'll tell you what, it looked like it was so close, but about 2-3 inches away. But there can be chances. There most certainly can be chances. There most certainly can be. But with 5 minutes left, Velium, anything could happen, mate. Anything could happen. But it doesn't look like it's going to come for England. That might be me being a pessimistic football fan, as always. It always feels like it, doesn't it? When you're 1-0 down, that the goals are never going to come. But when you're 1-0 up, it always feels like you're going to concede. Always. Absolutely. Great to have you in, Velium. If you are new, do be sure to smash that subscribe button for you. And let us know what your thoughts are on this game so far. Reece James into Calvin Phillips, who's being pressed high by the Hungarian defenders. John Stones has got the ball now as he tries to decide what to do with it. Declan Rice looks like he's dropped in as a left centre half at the moment. And Harry Maguire has come over to centre half. So make of that what you will. I wouldn't have personally gone with that. I'd have probably shifted to a 4-3-3, but we don't have a left back, which is the problem. There's Saka, the makeshift left back at the moment, tries to get the ball down. I'm not even sure what footed Bukayo Saka is. He's very dual-footed, is Jared Bowen. Tries to make a run in behind. It was a good spot by Harry Maguire, but I think he was fouled. I think he was fouled, to be honest with you, in there. I think he was fouled. Harry Kane's up in his age now, isn't he? I can't say anything. Oh my god, great feed there from Salah. Salah tries to do it again to John Stones, having nutmegged him once, tried it again, and couldn't succeed in doing it the second time. Salah is going to go down there and waste a little bit of time. Is there going to be a substitution here? Why are we focusing on Schaefer? It is, and what a surprise, ladies and gents, that Adam is going to come. And Adam is going to come on, ladies and gents. I spotted it early on, and here we go. Here is Adam. He's coming on, and so is Vexy is coming on for Nagy. I don't know. Nagy just sounds like Xavi's brother. Shaggy's brother. He hasn't noticed though. The left wing back hasn't noticed that it is for him. Are they going to change the substitution? Oh no, there we are. Now he's coming on. How many time? We've got about 3 minutes left. Velium, we've got about 3 minutes left. Oh my god, Adam does not look like a footballer. I mean, his name is Adam, so there aren't too many good Adam footballers, other than Milana, and apparently the whole Hungarian national team, but he does not look like a footballer. He looks like, if you saw him in Sunday League, you wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we've got about 3 minutes left, Velium. Whatever stoppage time we have at the end for England to try and snatch a point. Who are you supporting tonight, Velium? Here is Phillips, who rolls it into Harry Maguire. I don't know you pronounce it like that. Here's Declan Rice. That's a bit more positive from Declan Rice. Drops it into Jack Grealish. Grealish has got loads of bodies in front of him. Into Kane. Back into Kane! Oh my god! I thought that was in. I thought that was in. Rest in peace, headphone users, but I thought that was in. Oh my god, I thought that was in. That was so close. The bounce off the player then, and Harry Kane just lashes at it. And I thought it was going to ripple that top corner. I thought Harry Kane, England's captain, was going to do it again for England and come up with a big, big goal for his national side. It was an excellent strike, wasn't it? Bloody hell, Alan, you just don't look like a footballer, lad. You do not look like a footballer. John Stones taking a risk here. I don't know why I didn't just let it slide through to Pickford in the first place, but Pickford's kick been half decent that time. Can England get themselves the ball down? Phillips does and drops it into Jude Bellingham. Bellingham into Reece James, and is that an England ball? It is an England ball. I was a little bit negative on that. Peter Galacci has gone into the book as well as I thought Bellingham was fouled there at the edge of the box, but Hungary might be able to counter-attack, and Reece James is going to have apparently fouled him for the exact same foul that Jude Bellingham had just been fouled by at the edge of their box as well. So, you know, you win some, you lose some, don't you? This referee isn't enjoying it whatsoever. Isn't enjoying this England team whatsoever. Trying to put on a good show for all 30,000 kids in the stadium in this current England team. Luxembourg and Lithuania have finished 2-0. We've got 5 minutes of added time, ladies and gents. 5 minutes of added time. Good touch from the fourth official there. He just tackled Jared Bowen as Jared Bowen was trying to continue running. Good touch from the fourth official. 5 minutes left at the end of the game. In case you were still wondering, Bellium, got 5 minutes of added time. Can England get themselves a late equaliser here? Reece James into Jared Bowen, who's had a positive performance for his debut. Could he seal that with a goal? Definitely make for a perfect debut if he could. He could have had a few goals earlier on there with a few big opportunities as the sun comes back out across my eyes, hence why I've now decided to start squinting again. Jack Grealish finds John Stones. That's a great ball out wide to Reece James. Reece James tries to pull that one into the box. It's defended nicely again by Hungary. They're standing strong. This is what we saw them do so effectively in the Euros. John Stones, Reece James, Calvin Phillips. Oh, come on, England, up in. Come on, England. Oh, come on, England. Good. Wow, that's a great kick from Jordan Pickford, who tries to pick out Harry Maguire. It's touched off the back of Nego, though, so Lang is going to have to do something with it here, and he has. He's somehow managed to find Nego. I never called him Lego then. He has somehow managed to find him. And Calvin Phillips, of course, the referee gives that one as a foul. Typical. Come on, England. I should stop singing this because Hungary are running through on goal. Oh God. Here is Adam. Shoots from the edge of the box straight into the hands of Jordan Pickford. Pickford needs to up it for him. Pickford definitely needs to up it for England if he can unleash someone, get the ball down, someone do something positive with the ball. I've run out of ideas myself, and Gareth Southgate looks like he's run out of ideas about 40 minutes ago, to be honest with you. Definitely not vintage England, I tell you what. Come on, England. Like 66 will get our fix, yeah. Bend it like Beckham, well played, Harry Kane. Rolls it into Harry Maguire. Here's Reece James now, out on this right-hand side. Reece James looks to go to the byline there, chops back. Lovely chop there from Reece James. Going to be whipped in by Calvin Phillips towards Harry Maguire, and he's just put a flimsy foot out to try and stop it. I don't know. Why bother? If you're just going to put a flimsy foot out to try and stop it and try and get the ball back in, don't bother, lad. Don't bother. It's really been disappointing, this. Really disappointing. No one has, in this England side thus far, has taken responsibility and stepped up when their team needed it. No one. Not a single soul. And the fact is, Jared Bowen's had the most opportunities. And to be honest with you, I think that probably shows you where this England side is at. But the debutant was the person who put in the most effort and put in the best shift. And fair play, Jared Bowen, you've played well tonight, mate. But all the opportunities shouldn't have fallen back and fallen down to you. As Jared Bowen here is going to chase down the fullback as he tries to win the ball back for England. And he's given away a corner, but I don't mind that, you know. I don't mind that because he's ran however many opportunities. He's ran all the way back as well. Everyone else has the opportunities here. He's run all that way. They have opportunities to score. Jared Bowen's been the person in the place to take them. So I don't mind him giving away a corner, even though obviously we wouldn't want to. Chance to win? Definitely not. Definitely not. definitely not. Doesn't look like there's going to be too much left to play as Hungary try and box England into that corner. John Stones is going to have to take this really quickly if England want to move the ball forward. The referee's already taken one look at his watch. He's trying to prompt them to get going here as Bosnia get a late equaliser in the other game against Finland, and that is full time, ladies and gents. That is full time. That is full time, and unsurprisingly, the school kids go wild. Cannot blame them. Cannot blame them. If I'd seen my team beat England, I would have been, well, to be honest, I don't think I would have been that excited. But they are school kids, so you need to remind yourself of that. Well done, he's 13, is the quote that comes to my head. But that is it. That is it. And Wiki's just joined, and Wiki, mate, you have missed probably one of the most boring games I've ever streamed. And believe me, and I think you know this, I have streamed a lot of boring games. And to be honest with you, I still don't think it was a penalty. I still don't think it was a penalty. It is full time. Full stream? Did I just press paste accidentally? Full half? What am I typing? Full time. Full half. I look like I've never spoken English before in my life. Full half. But yeah, no man, says Valium. Absolutely. Sorry I'm late. You know how I feel about this bum of a manager. Yeah, you and Aaron are on the same wavelength, I think, Wiki. You and Aaron are on the same wavelength at the moment. But there was glimpses. We've got the game on Tuesday against Germany. We're going to have to be much better, much better in the final few games of this. I don't know how many times we play each other. We play each other twice. But either way, we need to be much better against the German and the Italians, because there wasn't too many chances. There wasn't too many chances for England to have scored, or even to get the opportunity to put into the back of the net. Like you look at Jared Bowen. I said it earlier. He had 4 shots. He had 4 shots of the biggest opportunities. None of them were easy to take, and it shouldn't be, like I said, it shouldn't be falling down to a debutant for those opportunities to fall down to. And there were some okay performances, but for me, Jared Bowen, he would get my man of the match if it was England man of the match, I think. For Hungary, Szoboszlai was really good. Salah was good at the front as well. And I thought Nego as well, the right wing back, was really good as well. So a lot of positives for, and of course Peter Galachi as well made some impressive saves. But a lot of positives for Hungary to take out of it. Of course, they have just been England. I believe the commentator just said first time in 60 years or something like that. So really showing what they can do, and I think we've seen it, haven't we, over the last couple of tournaments, that Hungary are a side now to be threatened with. They know how to defend well, even if they are called Adam and they're all clones of each other. They do look like they know what they're doing. No worries, Max, and evening to you as well. But I think we are going to pretty much leave it there. I was going to take us through the match ratings, but I'm too sad to talk about the match ratings. It's really disappointing when, you know, your national... It's disappointing when your team loses, let alone your national team, because I feel like so much more is riding on it. Reece James, 90 plus 4, did he not get booked for the penalty? What? Oh, that has thrown me. That has thrown me. I swear he got booked for the penalty. Maybe they just didn't update it properly. Maybe that was the case. I don't know. England are embarrassing. People expect them to win a World Cup playing like this. They won't win a World Cup playing like this. They might be able to squeeze their way through again through the group stage and against some of the worst teams, and of course, you know, against some of the bigger teams they might be able to get on a counter attack. But I just don't think it's going to. I can't see us winning a World Cup. I just can't. I couldn't see us winning the Euros. I couldn't see us winning the last World Cup. And until that cup there is a street parade and we've got a day off because we've won the World Cup, I will not believe it, because it's England. It just won't happen. But I personally don't think England will be winning Liverpool. Mason Mount was very good tonight. James Justin I thought was good. He was a little bit hard done to not to come on. Connor Cody had a decent game, to be fair, from centre half, which is good to see. An extra option from centre half. It would have been nice to have seen Tammy on, especially in those dying moments, instead of bringing on Calvin Phillips for Connor Cody. Maybe just going all out attack and bringing on Tammy Abraham. But then I guess part of it might be damage limitation if they're thinking about if it's 2 sets of games per. If you play each team twice, then damage limitation is only 1 goal that you're losing by. But that's a negative way to look at things anyway, which I personally would never look at it that way. In Mason Mount 6.48, just not good enough. And to be honest with you, there were glimpses. Harry Kane's link-up play in times was good. Some of his switches. Jude Bellingham, like I said, I thought he had a really good performance, playing a really good shift. Him and Declan Rice looked like a really balanced, good duo in that midfield. But I just don't think they did enough tonight. I don't think they did enough. Don't get me wrong. I don't think overall that Hungary did enough to win it. I still think that penalty was really light. But thank you. I'll turn that one down then. I didn't realise it was still on, to be honest with you. There we are. But yeah, I just, for me, I don't think that England did enough, despite Hungary not being good enough. If you're gonna make a foul, if you're gonna give away a penalty at this kind of level, then you've got to expect the repercussions. If you give away a penalty on one of their few opportunities to move forward, then you cannot moan at all. If they, if they score said penalty and they get a bit of luck, because I've not been good enough. I've not been good enough. It's updated there. It's just updated the Reece James foul yellow card thing, which had completely thrown me off. But the crown nose didn't really change. What do you mean it didn't really change? You should have taken it. There we are. Is that sorted out? Toothless as always. I think that's the best way to describe it. But I'm going to leave you there, guys. I am going to leave you there. I am shattered. I want to get something to eat and might sit and play on my Xbox as well. If you haven't already, guys, do be sure to smash that like button. Do hit subscribe as well. And as always, do be sure as well, if you like me, if you want to see more of me, check me out on other social media platforms. Been doing well on TikTok today, so go and check those out. And as well on Instagram, SRL Sport. You can find me pretty much anywhere if you just type in Sam Redgate-Large, so that'll be helpful for you to know. We'll probably be back. We're going to try and come back for Tuesday. If not, we will be back for another England game, maybe the one after the Germany game. So I will leave you guys there. Make sure you've got that notification bell switched on, and of course, subscribe to the Sam Redgate-Large channel. Thank you for watching, guys, and most importantly, stay safe. Cheers!